percentage in the area. Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. Week 2 of the NFL season almost in the books. A Monday Night Football doubleheader still to come tonight, but all of the NFC North teams have played, and the Green Bay Packers, the only one that is 2-0 after 2 weeks of the season. Plenty to talk about all day long on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel as the Packers get set to go on the road to visit the Cleveland Browns in Week 3 coming up this Sunday. Opening line on ESPN Bet lists the Packers as 8.5-point favorites on the road in Cleveland for Week 3. Plenty to still recap from Thursday night's victory over the Commanders as well. ESPN Packers reporter Rob Demovsky has it all covered over at ESPN.com. College football, Wisconsin falls 38-14 to the Alabama Crimson Tide on Saturday afternoon. Lots to dissect from the loss as Wisconsin now turns its attention to host Maryland in the Big Ten opener this coming Saturday at 11 a.m. The Barry Alvarez Show from Ruth Chris Steakhouse tonight at 6 o'clock.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
There aren't any Jasons 12 and under. That's a dead name.
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, hey, Marky? It might be almost to the point of Ruth.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
On 100.5 ESPN.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
The ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wilde and Tausch.
And ESPN Madison on YouTube.
It's Wilde and Tausch, isn't it?
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Hello. Fixed my setup a little bit. Now I'm dealing with some unintended consequences. Well, the thing that I use for my other phone is now wobbly. Six, 7. I don't know what that was. I assume it's something trending. Yes, sir.
It is the Monday edition. There was no Packers game yesterday, but there is Wilde and Tausch edition. If you lose your keys in an apple orchard, what are the odds of you actually finding them? Edition. My opinion of the Bears has not changed. My opinion of the Packers defense may have gone up even more without them even playing over the weekend. Edition. And the Barry Alvarez, you're one of the all-time greats. Remember when you said you thought the Badgers would be favored in Tuscaloosa?
Who the hell gives a what a Ben Russell's
I love that laugh. Edition. I'm Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course everything you need. On the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free ESPN Wisconsin app, which I have recommended for those Spotify listeners until we get Spotify back up and running, which I have not checked on. Maybe it's back already. I haven't looked today. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And back from Tuscaloosa, where he did not have the new Superman movie to watch on the flight. Top Gun Maverick? No? What'd you watch? Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Accountant 2.
I watched Accountant.
Oh.
Do you have to have seen the Accountant 1 to understand it, or can you watch it
Not really.
independently?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, you definitely don't. It was okay. I shouldn't have went away. I'm not saying we would have beaten Alabama if I stuck to my guns and watched Top Gun. But in fairness, we lost to Nebraska, and I watched Top Gun on the way out there last year. So I'm not going to take any blame on that. Account 2 is all right, and then we watched Georgia, Tennessee. Great game.
That was a
on
good
the
game.
flight home.
Yeah, I saw some of that.
So I'll say this. I want to give my boy Johnny Richter, the football ops guy, for the Badgers, a ton of credit. He does a fantastic job, but we obviously get trounced pretty good down in Tuscaloosa. But, man, our efficiency getting back was really good. So I just want to make sure to give him a shout-out as far as how that went.
When did you get back?
We got back a lot earlier than I thought. We got back an hour and a half earlier than the arrival time on the little itinerary.
So give us, if you don't mind, you don't have to give us all the details.
I was going to ask
of
you
the
about your
travel.
apple orcharding.
Yeah, we got time. It's not that great of a story.
I don't know if we do. If you bring something up, it's a good story. You don't just bring things up.
In fairness,
Wisconsin, you never bring anything up.
Wisconsin, Alabama wasn't that great of a story either. So.
That's what I'm saying. All of that. I mean, we can discuss and jump into that as much as you want. But how did you end up finding your keys? Is what it sounds like.
Spoiler alert. I just wanted to know how long it takes to get home from a football game. It started
It's
at
an hour
11.
and 40-minute flight on the way back. So
Okay. It takes a while to load the bags and stuff. So I was just curious, that's all.
I'm telling you right now, and this goes for all of these NFL teams, the most underappreciated cats are your trainers and your equipment people.
I can see
The
that.
amount of work that they have to do, and it is like, let's go, especially after a tough loss. Nobody wants to hang around. Get it moving, get it loaded, let's go, let's pack, let's unpack, and they did it. And they did a good, so we maybe couldn't battle with Alabama on the field. I bet our equipment guys and everything else feel pretty good about that.
So
Felt
thank
really
you
good
for
about
your
that.
service, equipment crew.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No question.
Thank you for your service, Matty Wilde, who miraculously managed to find our keys in an apple orchard that was 1.25 miles on each side. So I didn't do the math on that in terms of the square mileage, but Paula lost the keys while she was riding in the tractor on her way out to the field, and we had no idea where they were, and so we retraced our steps. But there's no, the car was locked. We don't have an Apple tag on it or anything. So I have to think if we went to Potawatomi or to Hard Rock Casino Rockford, the odds would not have been in our favor. I would think that the odds would be fairly long of locating those.
You get annoyed with her when she loses her keys like that?
I don't. She didn't do it on purpose. She didn't do it on purpose. It's not her fault.
You didn't get
No.
So you're fine.
I was concerned. I was not angry. I wasn't. I was concerned that we were going to. The first thought I had is, when we don't find these keys, what is our plan? You're not getting a lot of Uber traffic out in Luxembourg, Casco. So I wasn't exactly sure. Do we have our neighbor come into our house, get the extra set of keys to her truck, and come bring them to us? I was already planning contingency plans, which is never where you want to be. So that was my feeling, not anger, more like, oh crap, what are we gonna do? But Matty Wilde,
Would that have
found
been
him.
the same? Would that have been the same case had the roles been reversed and
No.
you lost the keys? Would Paul?
No,
She would be mad at you.
I believe so. Yes. Yes. Well, we all have to understand the dynamics of our marriage to make it work. And yes, she would have been really irritated with me. There's no doubt about it.
That's why I think the janitors have had it right for a long time.
The
I think
janitors.
you go loop and you put the little snap thing, and you should always have your keys available. And I know we're becoming a keyless society, like we're becoming a cashless society, and but I still believe that keys, wallet, phone should always be a checkpoint.
But you're not.
Always.
you're not a key ring on the belt buckle guy. Have you lost your keys many times?
Knock on wood, no. I'm pretty diligent about that.
You do the pat down to make sure you got all three?
Things. Yeah, AirPods. Lose AirPods a lot, which is super irritating. Not good with that. So I haven't figured out if I could latch those onto my keys. I don't use them enough to do that. So that's a spot. That's a weakness. That's a hole in my not losing stuff game.
But I've not to put your business out on the streets. But I've noticed when you host using the
Jesse mandated that. Mandated that. He said it sounds a lot better with wire.
Got to go corded. I don't trust AirPods.
Yes.
I don't. I just don't trust them. So I'm corded as well, tethered.
Yeah, it doesn't sound as good, is what I was told. So that's why I don't do it. That's why I go with the wired. And that's
so Jesse, you don't tell Brian Bulaga to follow that same rule though. He's always in the AirPod world.
Well,
because you're more afraid of him than you are of Tausch.
Yeah. Yeah, I see Tausch on a regular basis. Bulaga, I see him like maybe once a year, and I don't want our one interaction to be, hey, let me get you these corded headphones.
You talk to him every week when you get him connected.
I barely talk to him. I just text him the night before. I'm like, hey, you good for the usual time tomorrow? And he usually likes the text, and that's the extent of our interaction.
Maybe if you weren't constantly making fun of Iowa.
I didn't even text him after Iowa lost to Iowa State, and I was off the show when he joined last week, so I haven't even given him any grief on that one yet.
Well, Kirk Ferentz becoming the winningest head coach in Big Ten history over the weekend, so congrats to Kirk Ferentz on that accomplishment. Still not a very good offensive football team.
All right, so let me ask you this. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. I know we're going to talk Packers, et cetera, et cetera. What did y'all feel? I don't know how much you watched or listened to the game. Mr. Rational, I have not. I really want to check out Badger College Game Day post game. I want to hear what Jesse, because I know he's not worried. He is not panicked. He said it doesn't matter what happens in these games. We need to give grace. Is that? I don't want to misquote you, Jesse, from your appearance with now that you're hosting the Barry Alvarez show. You said these first three games don't matter. You don't. It's grace all over the place. Right?
I don't think I ever used the phrase "give grace" in any of my analysis.
All over the place, because it's in your face.
However, I did say, and I stand by, every drive, every quarter, every play this season cannot be an indictment of Luke Fickell as the head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers. That has been my stance.
Okay. So you're fine. Like what you saw Saturday, you did not trouble you at all.
You're the little dog in the flame-filled kitchen.
I wonder if I still have the picture on the computer. Here's what I said, because I hosted both the pregame and the postgame show.
I noticed that.
Yeah, double duty for Saturday for me. Grinding.
And you're still working today? Didn't you get your allotted hours? Once you hit your allotted hours, you usually shut it down for the week.
Big week.
Oh, okay.
We cannot take the calls and the texts and the YouTube comments and all of the social media saying, this isn't working for Luke Fickell. Time to move on. This is a joke. This program's a joke. Any coach in Wisconsin history would have struggled going on the road playing at Alabama. There's no doubt about that.
I will agree with that.
That is always going to be a tough game.
That.
And whether it was Bielema or Christ or Barry Alvarez himself, that is a tough game to try and go win, especially early in the season, especially with a backup quarterback, no matter how many starts he's had at San Diego State. So,
yeah.
Not firing Fickell because they lost 38-14 to Alabama, which, by the way, if you would have said the Badgers would be 2-1 after the first three games, everybody in the world thought they would be 2-1 after the first three games. So it's not like anything surprising happened here.
Right now you're speaking a lot of truths. Okay.
A major concern that is valid from Saturday's performance, and it was, unfortunately, it was exposed on one of the biggest stages so far against a really good opponent, is the depth of the offensive line. When you got Jesse Palmer and Joe Tessitore talking about how they're rotating in three different centers on the TV broadcast on ABC and the ESPN app. I'm sure you guys were talking about it on the radio as well when you were up there in Tuscaloosa. Like, the offensive line got beat around again on Saturday. And all of the rotating parts and the depth, if you want to critique why Wisconsin has issues with depth on the offensive line, I feel like there's a few people we know who could talk really well about that. That is a major concern to me, and I think for a lot of fans, and I think that's the most valid, troubling thing that we saw come from Saturday's game.
Okay. Jason?
I don't disagree that regardless of whether it was Barry Alvarez, Brett Bielema, Paul Christ, Jim Leonard, that any Badgers coach would have had a hard time winning in Tuscaloosa, especially because most of them would have faced Nick Saban coach teams. I'm not sure Alabama is as good as the name implies this year. And so I would have liked to have seen it be more competitive. And even if they had lost, I would feel better if I felt like they were a little more of a threat to the tide rolling than they were. I think that would be. I think Jesse made some great rational points, which I'm proud of him because I do think that he is swimming against the current of how Badgers fans seem to feel. They're already the biggest thing I saw from the Badgers game was people asking, do we have enough money for the buyout for Luke Fickell? Which I don't know about you, but my position is, why don't you be a little more patient and put those funds for the buyout toward your NIL package, and maybe you could get some more players.
Get a
instead.
right guard or left tackle. Yeah,
that was my take on it. So, did you talk at all to the radio analyst on the flight home since you were sitting together? Did he have any thoughts?
Here's what I'm going to say. I was obviously offensively we struggled.
Stink.
I think is the nicest way to put that. The frustrating part is, I think some of Jesse's points are very valid in the fact that you moved 80% of your offensive line after week 1 to week 2. And not to say, the injuries and some of the other things, Haywood was a guy that we had counted on to play left tackle. He got hurt. That happens in football. You shift guys around. What the frustrating part for me throughout the first 3 weeks is that we've not given – I think we have some really good running backs in this room. Mm-hmm. We have not given them a chance yet. And
to have a chance.
So offensively, I do like the change. I like the change. I think Grimes, what he is trying to do, and he's working with a lot of, with a backup quarterback, and we're doing a lot of things perimeterly that worked in the second half against Middle Tennessee State. But I kept saying on the broadcast, that will work against teams that don't – you can trick people, and if they don't have the speed. Alabama's got the speed to come and take away all that space. And we did not have a lot of different options of getting – I think we only had one receiver catch a pass, and that was late in the game. It was dinky-dunky, a lot what Green Bay is doing to other teams. So offensively, I think we have a ways to go. There's no doubt. What I was encouraged about and why I am not in the negative Nancy camp yet is because last year we were pounded into submission. I don't think I've ever felt more demoralized than after the Iowa game last year. Long trip home, Iowa bully balled us into submission on both sides of the ball. Alabama's offensive line could not get their run game going at all. Now, we made old Simpson look like, I think I said on the broadcast, Richard Todd was the honorary captain. And Joe Namath wasn't there. And Bart Starr, R.I.P. But we made this cat look like, one of the great quarterbacks of all time, throwing that pill around. Their skill guys dominated. We're not going to see that. In very few exceptions, maybe Ohio State. We won't see that in the Big Ten. I'll say this. We are definitely built much better on the defensive side of the ball to do Big Ten things. Are we up to par with the Alabamas? I mean, even the most homerish an analyst could say no because we just watched it. We're not. Luke Fickell said it after the game. But I will say it's a big game coming up Saturday morning, no doubt. Our defense and where we're built is much better suited against the Illinois, the Iowas, the Minnesotas, the Nebraskas. How we do against the Ohio States and the Michigans, we shall find out soon. But we need to have a good showing on Saturday. There's no doubt because it did. I've heard all the things that Jesse has heard. There is a lot of doubt about where we are. And I think after Saturday, I can understand why there is a lot of doubt.
So for those of you that don't know the schedule as well as Tausch does as the radio analyst for Badgers
Well, in fairness, I only know this week. I know this week coming up.
Take 1 week at a time. The Badgers at home at 11 o'clock with a kickoff against the Maryland Terrapins. The games that follow. This is a big one for a myriad of reasons, but the schedule becomes even more challenging thereafter.
Well, they got a
the
bye.
Badgers,
The bye is nice.
Yeah, the bye will be nice. That'll be a nice week.
they will go undefeated that weekend. After that, though, at number 23 currently, Michigan on October 4th. Home against the Iowa Hawkeyes for homecoming on October 11th. Then they are home against the top-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. And then they're on the road at number 4, Oregon. That doesn't even get into the
A lot of opportunities
Washington.
to shock the world there.
Yeah. And then they still have road games at Indiana and at Minnesota, and they play home games against Washington. And
Hey, Jesse,
Illinois
just
is 9th.
because Oregon's really good. Jesse, you've taken a lot of calls, and you've obviously doing the pregame and stuff, and I'm not going to lie to you, I'm a little insulated when it comes to the Wisconsin Badgers. So help me understand, as we sit here after Saturday, what will success look like this season for most of our fans?
Bowl game, competitive against
Okay.
the best teams, and getting one of those wins against a team that has a little number next to it, I think. So, yeah, I mean, going on the road and beating Indiana, beating Illinois at home, going to the big house and getting a win before their quarterback
Illinois
settles
looks
in.
good.
Illinois does look
Illinois
good.
looks good.
But they haven't really played anybody yet, so we'll see. We'll see. Illinois got a tough test this week at Indiana. That'll be a fun game. Prime time, NBC.
How many times has that been said?
I know,
Illinois,
right?
Indiana.
It's a
That'll
top
be
20
a fun
it's a
game.
top 25 matchup with playoff implications. Who knew? Yeah, getting a win against one of those
we're
teams.
on Peacock this week. Are we
No,
a
and
Peacock
we're on
game?
big NBC. It's NBC and
Oh, okay.
Peacock. Yeah, we're on both.
All right.
So yeah, bowl eligibility is big. Restoring that benchmark for the program. People need to see 6 wins, and to get to 6 wins, you're going to have to beat one of those good teams. And also, just
right.
what people, and I'm seeing the YouTube comments even right now, fundamental competitiveness. Last year against Oregon and Penn State, like at home, Wisconsin was competitive in those games, and just a couple of mistakes by a backup quarterback. And we might be singing a different tune about how those
That's
went.
true, actually.
So
good points.
They weren't fundamentally competitive against Alabama, is what the critique is from Saturday. First quarter wasn't bad.
I'll tell you what. I would not mind Ryan Williams coming to Green Bay. I'll tell you that.
he's good. He's good. And that's the other thing. This is what I was reminding people on the postgame show. SEC teams go to Alabama and barely win. To expect Wisconsin in a year with a backup quarterback and a new offensive coordinator and where the team's coming from last year to go there and be in the game in the fourth quarter would have been awesome, but it's not a fair expectation, I don't think, for the team at this point. You want that, but it's fair to say that wasn't, expected. What was more expected was the result, and the odds makers and everything pointed to that going into it. So
Except for Coach Alvarez.
Except for Barry, yes. So we'll talk about it tonight on the Barry Alvarez Show. I'm excited to hear what Coach has to say about it. Tarek
That's
and
become,
Derek.
Appointment listening.
Do you think I will definitely be? Well, I'll probably get the clips. I won't be able to catch it, but I will get the clips, and I am I'll eagerly anticipate what Barry Alvarez has to say about what happened down in Tuscaloosa.
Okay, I thought there was
Why
going to
is
be
it
more
such a
from
long
Jesse
pause?
on that, but apparently not.
Did that not feel
all
like
right.
the end to you?
I kind of thought you were going to say it's on at 6 to 8 or whatever it was. I kind of am with Jason on
The
this.
Barry
Jesse-
Alvarez Show tonight at 6 o'clock on the
you
ESPN
go.
Madison and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, live at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, with Matt LePay scheduled to appear on
Matt
site.
LePay?
Yeah,
Wow.
Pops is going to
Famer.
stop by. Yep.
Hey, Jesse, I want you to pull some of the most abstract trivia. We had a great dinner. A couple of buddies, our buddy Hatch, who helped us
Hatch!
during the COVID era.
Yeah,
him
Tom
and one of
Hanks'
his buddies
birthday.
came. We had a great dinner. And old boy was quizzing LePay, and LePay is like Ken Jennings when it comes to Wisconsin basketball and football. He knows everything. And, I mean, it is like bing, bing, bing. So that might be a fun little segment for you, Jesse. And you know what else is fun? If you're looking for windows and doors and you want to have the best, well, you pick Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them, honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home, but when you see the experience and professionalism, you trust bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Order by the end of the month. Get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
So here is my only question, and we can either address this on the other side, or we can just move on to the Packers. Does it compound the feelings of frustration and exasperation when Illinois and Indiana are ranked in the top 25? Because I think it's hard not to look at them and go, why are they good and our guys are not as good? I think
So
that
I have a
is
question
what I
for
hear.
you as we go to break.
Yeah.
Do we want to open it up? It's Monday. Packers won. Packers look great. We'll talk Packers from 10 on. Do we want to see where people's heads are at on where we're at as a program? I'm open to it. If you guys think our fans are open to it. Jason, you always get itchy if we don't talk about the fact that Detroit's offense went for 52 and they couldn't move the ball a lick against Green Bay's defense.
That was where I was going to start today if we didn't start on the Badgers. Look, let's let the people decide.
Yep.
Okay? So if
Schmorgy
we get called...
Monday?
Schmorgy.
Could be.
Got to talk about the Brewers and that letter from Bob Uecker for
Oh,
when
my
they
God,
made
was
the
that
playoffs. Oy. Also, we could talk about the fact that Robin Yount didn't respond to my text, which was disappointing because it was scary enough for me to even send him that text, so it would have been nice to get a reply. But happy birthday, Robin, for tomorrow. Look.
Is tomorrow Robin Yount's birthday?
It is, yeah.
The big 7-0.
The big 7-0.
7-0? Oh, man. It's a good one.
Yes.
The kid.
Real good.
I decided the kid is 70, yes. I decided after going to the grocery store and picking up some Robinade, his signature lemonade that benefits
Is that
the MAC
still
Fund.
selling? They still sell that?
I saw it. I was like, hey, I'm going to get one of those. I'm thirsty. And then I thought, hey, we should get him on the show again.
That'd be
But
great.
probably not on his birthday because he's got a lot going on, I'm sure, for the big 7-0. But we'll keep working on that. I'll let Tausch follow up with him and let him know how crestfallen 10-year-old Jason is that 50-plus-year-old Jason could not get a text back. Let's open it up. And then, look, if our people are not looking to talk Badgers today, we'll find out very quickly because the phone lines will not be jam-packed as they normally are on a Monday. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more. My only question is, does the fact that Illinois and Indiana somehow, someway are both good, does that make this harder to swallow for Badgers fans? That is my functioning theory on why fans are as frustrated, or a portion of the fan base is as frustrated as it is, as opposed to Mr. Rational, who's been handling all this with aplomb. 844-77...
Really impressive. Impressive.
He's
Johnny Rational.
Consistent. Yeah, very much so. 844-770-3776. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut, and you know how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid, participating in their legendary Book It program. Man, I loved getting those personal pizzas, and Pizza Hut's latest offer has me feeling a blast from the past. Introducing Pizza Hut's $5 crafted flats pizzas. 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes, 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, chicken bacon ranch and Nashville hot chicken. Each of these crafted flats pizzas, just $5. All day, every day, making them perfect options for lunch, dinner, or game day. Order your $5 crafted flats pizza at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. $5 crafted flats pizzas, only at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on the Packers. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious crash? It's free. Yes, free. As in, it won't cost you anything to speak with us. Not sure if you have a case? Call our team at Gruber Law Offices today. Your first call and your first consultation are always free. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Is it 9:33 already?
Yeah, I know that apple orchard thing.
Yeah, that was what it was. It was the apple orchard.
Hey, how
story.
many apples do you end up buying?
More than we should have gotten. I
Yeah,
got
isn't that
apples
always
to
the
eat.
case?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get a caramel
How about
apple?
them apples? Applesauce. Got to make applesauce.
Do you like apples? Not as much as the number of apples I purchased. By the way, Honeycrisp is undefeated, right? Like I try, they encourage you to try their other apples. They've got rows of different apples, and I tried Gala and Paula Red and Ambrosia, Macintosh.
Paula Red.
Yeah, Paula
Is there
Red.
such a thing as Paula Red?
Yeah, we
Really?
joked about it. It was Paula's row.
I bet you got a bunch of laughs when you joked about that.
I think the
There's
girls
Paula
were the
Red
ones.
right there.
Nicely played. Well done, Mr. Rational. All right, let's
There's
before
a lot
we get
going on
further.
in that There's a lot going on in that picture.
Before we
tell you
get
that.
further behind because of our apple orchard
Fur.
story.
Did you say fur? Either behind?
I'm going to give you credit for that, even though you're annoying me right now. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Let's get to your calls. Let's start with someone from Monroe, but not Jeff in Monroe. We're big in Monroe. I want to make sure it doesn't say Monona and I misread it. It is John in Monroe. John, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. Couple of things. One, we were at the game, and actually the game was worse in person than it was on TV, I'm sure. Couple of things. One is when Jesse was making the comment about we were using our second-string quarterback. They're all second- and third-string quarterbacks that Wisconsin's getting because they take everybody out of the portal. If they were any good, they wouldn't be transferring. Now, the kid from Santa Ana from Modern Day, I can't remember his name. The guy can throw the ball. I mean, he could, but I'm afraid he's going to pull his commit. I mean, he's watching what's going on here. At Modern Day, he's throwing the number 1 and number 2 recruits to Ohio State. The one guy looks like Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm worried that's not going to last. That's not going to come to fruition. The other thing is there's just a lack of talent. And quite frankly, Mark, I think, said it, I don't know, about usually in the pros, I'd never played football. In the pros, by the third year, you kind of seen what you got. This is Fickell's third year, and I'm afraid we're seeing what we got. They can't run the ball. They couldn't even run the ball against Miami of Ohio or Middle Tennessee State. They had 59 total yards in the first half. I mean, something's got to change. Mark, quite frankly, I don't know if you have any connections, but you need to get on the athletic board or something and put the bug in somebody's ear because it's ugly.
Tausch does have a few connections. Now,
I'll say this. I think the tricky part of this, and this is not like being excuse maker, Tausch, but you have to win now, and the development and allowing quarterbacks to develop. Michigan is going to do it. They paid big money, and they're going to let this young guy develop. They're going to have some hiccups with Underwood up in Michigan. Big, strong kid. I think from our standpoint, we have now went into the portal and grabbed veteran quarterbacks that have not been able to stay healthy. And this system now is better suited, there's no doubt, than what Phil Longo had. How we go about moving forward, we do need to be better running the football. There's nobody that can look at what we've seen throughout 3 weeks. In 2 of those weeks, we should have been a lot more effective running it. Last week, Alabama's got some dudes. They got dudes all over the place on defense. But Florida State found a way to do it. We have a ways to go in that regard, no question about it. And this is kind of the deal, though. because you're just talking, he was just talking about quarterbacks and letting him grow and develop. You either can continue to patch and hope, or you forget in 97, now again, that's almost 30 years ago, we had 3 young players and a fourth that you threw into the mix in Casey Robach, who's now one of the coaches, and there were growing pains. You're going through growing pains because you're putting some young players in there that need to grow. You can do that, or you can keep hoping, bringing some older guys in and hope that it hits. That's not how it goes. So, yes, that part is frustrating for a lot of us because you move to Grimes, you think you're going to run the football more effectively, and we have not been able to do that, obviously, throughout these first 3 weeks, and that is why we're struggling as much as we are on offense.
And you believe they have the backs to be productive in the running game? You believe there's an offensive
really
line
like our
issue?
Backs.
Yeah.
A matter of fact, I think the first game against Miami, Ohio, there was, we didn't run it great, obviously, but what they got, they earned. It was not blocked very well, and that's why you saw all of the shifting. And now you're going with this younger group trying to piece things together and grow together. And hopefully, as the season goes, they're going to continue to get better and better, and you're going to see more effective, more efficiency in that run game. Because right now, it has not been good enough, no question about it.
And just for clarity, Ryan Hopkins is the Mater Day starting quarterback, and that is a football factory of a high school. Is that where Brady went?
Now, in fairness, we've heard Mabry Matoyer was going to be the guy, and so we all listen, man. We want to have a young quarterback come in, grow, and develop. That's what would be great. I don't know how feasible that is, especially with the pressure that is facing programs when you need to win immediately. And the bottom line is now this is no longer a 4 and 5 year process. This is a year-to-year deal. And I think Wisconsin's figuring that part of it out too. It has not been as smooth because you're trying to do both.
Right?
And I like that. Mm-hmm. But it's a very tricky formula trying to figure it all out.
Just to what the caller said, where because a guy's in the transfer portal means he's a backup, that's not true. Like, look at the amount of starters for all the FBS teams that are really good players who just are in search of the best fit, the best money, whatever they can find. Like, Ohio State won a title last year, the transfer quarterback from Kansas State, who was really good. Like, it's not just because a guy's in the portal, it means he's a backup. Like, it's not the same type of free agency like you see in the NFL when a quarterback doesn't get a new contract.
Correct.
That's fair. I would also add, though, that when you're constantly going that route and then those guys get hurt, you're not developing someone behind them, and you're in a tough spot. And that has been what they've dealt with now 3 years running with losing their prized transfer portal quarterback. Those are not ideal circumstances. All right, we'll get to more of your calls and your texts as we try to get back on the clock after our lengthy discussion of losing your keys at an apple orchard, or maybe some other topics as well. But one topic we can all agree on, and it doesn't take Tausch very long to say it, is his love of Coors Light.
And whether you're picking some apples at an apple orchard, looking for keys, kind of commiserating after a tough loss, or celebrating a big win, crack open a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light, because it's brewed with that 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it's cold packaged, so it is made to chill. Make sure those mountains are blue. It's been beautiful, beautiful weather. Oh, it's just been gorgeous out. Make sure those mountains are blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
More of your calls and texts, 844-770-3776, as you deliver your Badgers takes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Well, you and I, we make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if you get your picks right, you can cash in. PrizePicks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. PrizePicks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. PrizePicks also offers injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, PrizePicks won't count it as a loss. PrizePicks is the best way to cash in this football season. Which players are going to go off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. Download the app, use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
The search for luxury begins at Audi Madison. Save $5,500 when you purchase or lease a new 2025 Audi Q7 55. National customer credit is good toward the purchase, finance, or lease of a new Audi, but is only available until September 30th. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Get ready to say goodbye to those bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbless is proudly Wisconsin-born, crafted by real people. A husband and wife team who wanted better cocktails in a can. They're locally made and blissfully better. Carbless offers a bold, true cocktail flavor that's made for baseball fans. Available in fan-favorite flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and mango, bringing the craft cocktail bar to your seat. Refreshment that matches the energy of American Family Field is Carbless. Full of flavor, no sugar, and no carbs. Just game day bliss.
Liberty Station American Tavern and Smokehouse isn't just a barbecue restaurant. Open daily for lunch and dinner, Liberty Station serves American comfort food with regional touches using many locally sourced ingredients. The bar at Liberty Station offers vintage cocktails created in a classic style, local craft beers, plus a wide array of wine options. And be sure to check out their sprawling patio with an indoor and outdoor porch area. Liberty Station, conveniently located just off the Beltline on Rimrock Road.
Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? For a limited time at TPC Wisconsin, enjoy full golf privileges and all club amenities without full dues. Pay just $150 per month through March to maintain your full golf membership with no golf dues until April 1st. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Schedule a tour or submit a membership inquiry at tpcwisconsin.com and start enjoying the private golf club experience you deserve. That's tpcwisconsin.com.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Coming up on Monday, we'll break down the NFL Week 2 storylines and preview the Texans hosting the Bucks and the Raiders hosting the Chargers on Monday Night Football. That's on the Monday edition of the Rich Eisen Show on Disney+, the ESPN app, and ESPN Radio.
I hope someday we'll sit down together and laugh with each other about these days, these days. All our troubles we'll lay to rest and we wish we could come back to these days, these days.
844-770-3776. Where are you at on the Badgers? Mater day, per my good friend and father figure John Kerry, retired from the MAC Fund.
Yeah. Mater's like
he's the guy in Cars.
Yeah, Larry the Cable Guy. Yeah. Mater.
Let's get to another call. See if I can mispronounce something else during the program. 844 770-3776. Let's go to Kenton Oconomowoc. No, I know how to say that one. It's Oconomowoc. Kent, good morning. How are you?
Doing well, living the dream here. Here's my slant on the Badgers from the perspective of an alumni and longtime season ticket holder. Yeah, the frustration level. Guys, just 5-7 years ago, nationally we were viewed as a top 20 team on our worst day. I mean, just the success we've had with this program for many, many years, and to see how far and how quickly we've fallen. And to Jason's point, as a proud alum and fan, to see some of these other programs that nationally had nowhere near the stature we did. Illinois and Indiana, we were light years better than them. I remember no more than 10, 15 years ago beating Indiana 56-0, 63-0, and how they've passed us up in short order. It's shocking and it's disappointing. It is terribly disappointing to see how quickly. And I'm a realist. I understand with the NIL landscape these days how that can change things. But from a national perspective, even with NIL, it just seems to me, there's no reason in the world that an Illinois or Indiana could surpass us so quickly and by so much.
That's a very fair critique. But to your point, 7 years ago, it might as well have been the Old Testament, as Homer likes to say, because it's just a completely different world than it was then. But that said, I think you make very good points, not just because you agreed with me on some of them. Thanks for the call, Kent. We appreciate it. Let's get one more in before the break. 844-770-3776. Let's go down to Janesville. Talk to Jeff. Jeff, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. Where are you at on the Badger football program?
I understand. I'm frustrated, but what a lot of people, just like the Packers being terrible in the 70s and 80s, the Badgers, for years and years and years, I think we set a record for going to consecutive bowls for so many years. Mm-hmm. But these young kids don't remember when the Badgers were absolutely horrible in the 80s and the early 90s before Tusch and Barry Alvarez got there. And they wanted more. They wanted that national champion. They wanted the national champion. And I was very happy with the way the program was. Well, kind of like Iowa, we're going to ground and pound. Our O-line, our linebackers, our running backs are going to all be studs. I was content with that, going to a bowl every single year. I get where a lot of people are coming from, where they're like, no, we want to push for a national championship. And they swung for the fences. Okay, they missed. I understand why they did it. I thought Paul Chryst was an excellent coach. I actually met him. I thought he was a great coach. I understand why they did what they did. But I'm more old school with the ground and pound. Like, we're proud of the Mark Tauschers, the Joe Thomas, the Ron Deans, all the great players.
All legends.
Through our program. Correct.
Absolutely.
Tausch, you are a legend. Like, he is like
appreciate
what
you,
every Wisconsinite dreams of. We appreciate you because you represent like what we believe in, like blue collar, hard work. We're gonna punch you in the mouth. Okay, well, like Iowa, for example, we punch each other in the mouth so many years, over and over and over again. And yeah, some years they won, some years we won, but we knew we were going bowl bound. And I get with the transfer portal things change, but just the old school in me, and I'm in my 40s. I got a daughter that goes to UW right now, and she actually flew down to Alabama, went to the game with her boyfriend, and she said, Dad, the environment for college football is just different down here than it is in Wisconsin. She said, why? And I said, because they have nothing else there. They don't have the Green Bay Packers. They don't have the Milwaukee. They don't have all the sports that Wisconsin has. They can't just go to a Brewers game. They can't go to a Packers game. So all they have is Alabama football. And she goes, you can feel it down here. It's completely different.
Jeff, who do you like better, Mark Tauscher or your daughter's boyfriend?
Oh, great question.
Definitely Tausch. Old T all day.
Oh, snap!
Love it.
Even though he took one of my 4 entries away, I still got to go Old T all day.
Fair enough. All right, we appreciate the call, Jeff. Thank you.
So it is different. It's different. I mean, Tuscaloosa.
You saw that yourself.
It is the stadium is 100 and whatever thousand people. That is for as much as we say the Green Bay Packers run the show here. Now we have the Brewers, we have the Bucks, we have the Badgers. There's no doubt. There isn't any of that. All of the attention, boom, strictly on Bama. Roll Tide, and then they got Auburn and everything else. But that is the biggest show. That's what that is the eyeball driver down there. And so you take that for what it's worth. I think the frustrating part for a lot of Badger fans is, and I think Jeff hit on this, besides really being complimentary of me, which I thoroughly enjoy.
Yeah, me too.
It's the fact that we've just struggled to be the physical running the football. We're so used to it, and I think that's why people are so just down in the dumps about where we're at as a football program. Because I'm going to tell you this, defensively, we're so much stouter and better than we're just a lot better suited. And for me, here's where I'm going to give some optimism. How many teams have Ryan Williams, Jeremy? Their wide receiving core is dynamite. Their quarterback found holes. Their offensive line protected better than I thought. I thought the formula down there would be we need to create some serious havoc, and we didn't. But when we play the Marylands and the Illinois and the Iowas, we're going to hold up against their run games better. Now, can we slow down the pass when we do that? Obviously, we couldn't Saturday. We are built better to win in the Big Ten than we were last year. What does that mean? I don't know. But I do know we're built better to do that. That would be my optimistic pitch to people that are maybe just completely done or apathetic towards where we're at as a program. Because I understand after Saturday there's a lot of disheartenment about what Wisconsin football is doing. I get it. But we're now, just like Alvy would always tell us after those first 3 games that we usually would win, the real season starts now. You're built to win your conference. You're built to compete in your league. Now we'll see where we're at when we tip off on Saturday morning.
All right, we'll get to a couple of texts, and then we'll move to the Packers in the 10 o'clock hour. 844-770-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. As we dream fearlessly, but ensure carefully by maybe improving the quality of the offensive line depth, just like American Family Insurance has us covered as well.
Indeed, life is better with American Family Insurance. That's because their agents will make you feel totally protected with a home, auto, or life policy that is just right for you. Also, that you're free to enjoy your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly.
We'll get to your text next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Washed away by the Tide. Alabama too much for Wisconsin in the 38-14 Week 3 loss. How will Luke Fickell and company respond now with Big Ten play on the horizon? Fickell's postgame words, audio courtesy Badger Athletics.
These are the real adversities. These are the real challenges to see, do they really have the commitment level? Everybody's sick. Nobody likes to not only lose, but, lose the way we did. And we know that the season really begins now. We got to be able to move forward. We got to be able to get ourselves out of here. We got to be able to get as healthy as we can, and we got to get into league play, and we got to get better.
Wisconsin returns home to face Maryland, opening up their Big Ten schedule.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. PellaWI.com.
Grassland butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family-owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
It's kickoff time at Metro Ford of Madison, and we're bringing the heat with unbeatable truck deals. Get the 2025 F-150 Lightning with 0% APR for 72 months, $13.89 per $1,000 borrowed, or tackle any job with the 2024 F-150 or F-150 XLT, now at 2.9 APR for 66 months, $16.41 per $1,000 borrowed. These offers end September 30th, so don't fumble your chance to save. Visit MetroFordofMadison.com and score your next truck today.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
The Midwest's best baseball players have one thing in common, GRB Academy. For 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, producing over 468 college commits and 27 major league draft picks. Their Windsor facility has 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training space. Next up to bat is GRB's top prospect camp on Sunday, October 12th, open to the high school classes of 2026 through 2029. Claim your spot now at grbacademy.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We know that many of you tune in for our astute Packers observations. So let's wrap up our Badgers conversation with a couple of texts from the text portion of the Carbless Talk and Text line. Jesse, what have you curated?
Got a long one here from Adam in the Berg. The Badgers will go 1-9 over the next 10 games.
Oh, Johnny Happiness here.
So he's even predicting the start of next year. I just don't know if they will beat Maryland or Minnesota to get that one win. I know this is a tough schedule this year, but I do believe our NIL is severely lacking compared to the other big programs in the country. In my opinion, we are entering the dark years of Badgers football again, unfortunately.
Adam, what I would say to that is this. You seem to be a glass half empty kind of guy. But let me fill your cup up a little bit. The both bane of this era that we're in and the promise of the era that we're in is that things can change quickly, right? Like if you pay the right players, which again is not really how this is supposed to work, but we all know how it works, and you get the right people, and then you hit on some of your high school recruits who come in and keep their commitment and start to develop for you, things can turn around somewhat quickly. And that does not sound like a fun way to approach the remainder of the season, but at the same way, it's a little bit hard for me to push back on Adam. I mean, he may be right, and I hope he's not, because that would be really unenjoyable to chronicle, but we'll have to wait and see. I am very curious to see how the rest of the season plays out, but I think that's a little bit pessimistic if you ask me.
I'd agree.
I am always optimistic that you will never have to call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. That means that you haven't been injured in an accident if you don't have to call them. But if you do, and you have been, that's the call to make. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666, or go to the website gruber-law.com. Gruber Law Offices, one call. That's all. Jesse, let's squeeze in one more text if you have one that you like before we get to the 10 o'clock
Sure,
hour.
this one's from Mark, who says he likes his name, just like Old T.
Yeah.
I like my name a lot.
I bet Mark's 35 and older. I would bet.
I think Fickle needs at least another year. Hopefully we see improvement during Big Ten play. The 2025 schedule is daunting. People forget Paul Christ's last 2 seasons, the team was declining. It's from Mark on the text line. Now, I don't...
I'll say, I think there's this Pollyanna. Paul Christ did a great job while he was here, but I remember walking out of that stadium, and I think it was the Illinois game with Brett, and they came in and just completely whomped us. And the feeling that day was, where are we going? And then I think that next day is when the transition happened. And so I get it. I understand where Badger fans are at. I do. I get it. But it was not all – the ending of the Paul Christ era was not strong. Those are also facts. And now you can put that back up. There was something else in there, Jesse, that I thought was interesting. The concept of this schedule is very difficult. There's no doubt. I think this is going to be as much about what this looks like and how you see this team improve throughout the rest of the Big Ten season starts on Saturday. Where we are and where we finish, how this looks is going to be very important as far as what we're going to do moving forward. I feel fairly confident about that.
Just in fairness, because I am a Paul Christ guy. The 2020 season was the COVID season. The Badgers went 4-3 overall.
Yeah, that did count. Jesse wiped that off. None of that mattered.
Won the
Graham
Duke's
Mertz game never happened.
Yeah,
won the Duke's Mayo Bowl, and that was the one that Graham Mertz fumbled the trophy for. Was that the one?
That was that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Last name Roberson, a legendary game. Really.
Indeed. The previous year, by the way, 2019, they lost in the Rose Bowl. 2021, 6-3 in the Big Ten, 9-4 overall. Won the Las Vegas Bowl, and then 2022 they were 2-3 and 0-2 in the Big Ten when he was fired. So again, we don't have Doc Brown's time machine. We don't know how that season would have continued, but I don't think Tausch is wrong to say that there were signs of decline.
We were trending in a wrong direction.
At the same time, we also don't know what would have happened had Jimmy Leonard gotten the job, and you know that I'm a big fan of his as well. So, bottom line, we are where we are, and where we are is getting ready to start the 10 o'clock hour, which we will do in 2 minutes. So stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tusch here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Well, this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0 interest financing for 12 months. My new buddy Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. No game for the Green Bay Packers over the weekend after they still celebrate their Thursday night victory over the Washington Commanders. Good news, though, after 2 weeks of the NFL season, the Packers stand alone atop the NFC North, the only team 2-0 of the 4 teams in the NFC North. The Packers turn their attention to begin preparations for their Week 3 contest, first one on the road this year, visiting the Cleveland Browns on Sunday afternoon. Kickoff set for noon Central Time, and the Packers, according to ESPN Bet, have opened as 8.5-point favorites for Sunday's game on the road. Plenty to get you set for that game, as well as still takeaways from Week 2 of the NFL season. ESPN Packers reporter Rob Demovsky and the rest of ESPN's NFL Nation have you covered at ESPN.com. College football, Wisconsin falls to 19th-ranked Alabama 38-14 Saturday afternoon in Tuscaloosa. Lots to talk about from that contest as well throughout the day on 100.5 ESPN, including the Barry Alvarez Show with Tarek Saleh, Derek Engler, and the former Wisconsin Badgers head coach at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton tonight at 6 o'clock.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Some mixed reviews from our Badgers Hour on the YouTube chat dweller region. I can assure everyone that we're not intentionally avoiding Packers talk.
What would we be avoiding? Why would we be avoiding Packers talk? Like, we couldn't be closer to the moon right now as far as being a fan.
Yeah, and things are not looking good for some of the upcoming opponents either, which is lending credence to the bold prediction, the bold-a-thon. Looking a lot better for Tom Waddle than it did for Rob Demovsky, who put the whammy on Brandon McManus.
So I actually thought, if you get through these 2 weeks, and obviously the bold-a-thon was before Micah, or was it after Micah?
It was after Micah. It was after acquiring Micah Parsons.
It was after Micah trade. Because right now, this is like, this is biblical. There's some biblicalness to this. There's BM and AM. As far as your expectations before Micah and after Micah. It just is. It's biblical in the fact that you were thinking, all right, it could be a nice team, and we could see where it goes, BM. And then AM, it's the world is your oyster. Like, that's how this has went.
Are you doing BC and AD?
Yes.
So we have now. Look, I like Micah Parsons too.
No, I'm not comparing him to Jesus. Don't go there. What I'm saying is that there's the biblical terms when you're starting to look at before and after.
Old Testament, New Testament.
I'm talking Micah, the expectation game, there's a PM and an AM. And that's just the reality. If you want to use something else, go for it. But pre-Micah, we all looked at it and thought, all right, Detroit's still the favorite in the division. Philly's still heavily favored. Green Bay is in that second tier. That's where we were.
Uh-huh.
And then AM, after Micah, all that changed. Then it was, how close are we to Philly, and we're the favorites in the North. And then we go play the Kings of the North. We punch them in the mouth. Still cannot believe that my Scott Farkas thing never made it. I am amazed, for as much as people love clipping us, that never made it. I'm amazed by that, but I'll digress. Now this NFC North is a two-team race, period. I've seen enough. I thought it, I believed it, and now I've seen enough. I've watched Minnesota struggle for 7 out of 8 quarters. Their offense stinks. Is it going to get better? I don't know, Jim. I think it could get worse. Now, if you get Darisaw back, you might be able to protect McCarthy better.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be some very angry wide receivers in the fact their numbers are going to stink. And I think Jay Jettis is a good dude, but Chris Collinsworth said it last night, and I don't think he's wrong. How long is this going to be before you start looking and saying, hey, man, I can't do this. You can't miss wide open touch. They got wide open slot fade, wide open tutter, and a kid misses by 7 or 8 yards. He's throwing bad picks. He must have baby hands. I don't know if he's got the same hands as old boy, but he's fumbling snaps. He's fumbling a quarterback center. He fumbles a pitch snap. Like, J.J. McCarthy's got a long way to go, and I am going to continue to tweet out, when are they going to go get Kirk Cousins? Because this thing is they're not far. They have a couple more bad games. They're not far from an implosion. Because their defense is good. They've won 14 games. They all know what it looks like, and they know this ain't it.
Yeah.
So you can grow and ask, but veterans in this league don't care. Trust me. Oh, that's cute that this quarterback is going to win a 6 or 7 game. They're going to win championships. You're going to be out pushing a golf cart around because your career's done. But this is going to be great. That's not how. There's a balance to this. Minnesota's. I am not worried about. I thought they'd finish 4th. I think the Bears might be worse, but I think the Bears are going to grow. The Bears understood coming in where they were. Minnesota had these high hopes of being in the same division and in the same league as Green Bay. Can you imagine Green Bay playing Minnesota today? That kid's getting sacked 10 times. I don't know what magic he can come up with. There's only so much magic that you can't run boot passes every play. Eventually you got to stand back there. He's going to get killed. So Green Bay, Detroit, Green Bay already showcased where they're at. Mm-hmm. I think Packer fans after this weekend should look at it and say, the North is not going to be the best division in football this year.
No.
They're going to have 2 of the top teams, but the rest of the North, I think, could be El Stinko. This could be an El Stinko situation.
So, that's
my little NFC North recap.
That has been Tausch's NFC North Minutes. As I texted you.
Tell me where I'm wrong.
Tell
me where I'm wrong.
Baby hands McCarthy.
That's pretty good.
Well, did you see how many times the ball was fumbling out of his hands
He
last
fumbled
night?
a fake on a pitch.
That's my point.
Yes,
it's baby. I don't know if his
you.
hands are big or not. I don't know. I don't care.
So I had texted you guys during Monday Night Football last week that could the Packers go from 1-5 in the division to 6-0 now that they've already beaten the Lions once.
Let me tell you something. If they beat Detroit on Thanksgiving, yes, that's what's going to happen
for sure. And look, Jordan Love had his struggles his first season as the starter during the first half of the year. I don't know. And I understand they rallied.
And a good example, because I think it's a really good point. But he had the fawn legs. Remember when he had fawn legs down in Atlanta? Where he looked like a baby fawn trying to do a quarterback sneak. Well, old boy had baby hands doing the quarterback sneak. Like, that's all part of this process. So I don't want to crush McCarthy on that. I'm just telling you the veterans in that locker room are not happy with what's going on there. You can feel fairly confident. And I think O'Connell's got to be a little bit worried.
Again, I'm not here to say that I am a quarterback guru by any means, but he's a I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a skeptic from the jump on J.J. McCarthy. And look, his fourth quarter against the Bears was enough to get everybody thinking, okay, well, maybe what we saw the first three quarters of that game isn't who he is. And then came yesterday. And now, I mean, wasn't he the offensive player of the week in the NFC?
He was for one quarter. No, he was. How many points the Lions put up on that mighty Bears defense yesterday?
52.
And it probably, guessing, could have probably put up more.
6, 7. Yeah.
60 or 70.
Oh, 67 specifically. Yeah.
This is it's a two-team division.
Until Kirk Cousins is the Vikings quarterback, you mean?
I don't even know. They'd be better. Like if I'm Green Bay, I don't want Kirk Cousins coming to Minnesota. I want you let you grow with JJ.
Yeah, got to live through the growing pains. Yeah,
because they're going to lose this season. Then the season will be they'll be lucky to get to 6 or 7 wins.
Did you hear the noise Collinsworth made when he missed that open receiver in was it late third or early fourth? He was like, "Oh boy!"
That is kind of his
classic.
He does
it was
do
a
the
classic because Collinsworth is usually like gushing over the quarterbacks. At last, he was just like, "Oh boy!"
He wasn't gushing about JJ. He wasn't gushing about JJ. I didn't hear any gush about JJ.
Well, on the bright side, you would be more than happy to gush about Prize Picks. I hope you took less when it comes to J.J. McCarthy, no matter what the projection was.
Well, I'm irritated. Kelsey had his catch. He also had that big drop pick in the Eagles game. We make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, you be right, you get paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. I had a 5 out of 6.
Oh, that's got to hurt.
Jordan Love. Ooh. It did. Yeah, thank you. I wasn't right, and I didn't get paid. But Prize Picks is simple. Pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. You get your picks right, you cash in. Prize Picks puts their users first. All withdrawals, they're fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. The best way, turn your sports opinions. If you think J.J. McCarthy is going to turn the football over, is going to throw a pick, is going to stink, hey, you can be right and you can get paid doing it. Download the app today. Use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It is good to be right.
So I'm going to, speaking of you being right, I'm going to look up J.J. McCarthy's draft profile and see if we can find out how big his hands are or aren't with his baby hands. And I would be curious, the Packers did, now he was 3 years in, right? He spent 3 years sitting on the bench, but the Packers didn't panic when Jordan Love had some uneven performances.
Well, they started getting nervous.
I don't think the Vikings are or should, but I guarantee you this. I'm betting whatever the Wilde and Tausch equivalent is in the Twin Cities, their phone lines are lit up all morning long. Mm-hmm. Ben Lieber, maybe. And
what do you think Jay Jettis is saying to his boys when he's getting in the car going home?
This guy
stinks.
He's
saying, boy, this is going to be... You think this is going to be saying, oh, this is going to be a hell of a year? Or do you think he's going to say, get Kirk on line 1, man? Yeah. I don't know.
What this all means for the Packers, I do want to talk a little bit about the Lions from yesterday as well. But the Packers back at work today. Matt LaFleur going to talk to us a little bit after noon, so I'm going to finish the program and head on over there. We will discuss more Packers, less Badgers next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tosha here for the great team at Everlight Solar. Whether you're saving up to buy a jersey for your new favorite player, tickets to a playoff game, or simply need some extra spending money for you and your family, it's always great to learn new ways to save some extra cash. Well, I've been telling you for a while now about how you can save money and help save the planet by making the switch to Everlight Solar. When my family first thought about making the energy switch, we weren't exactly sure where to go. That's when we got in touch with the team at Everlight Solar, and through every step of the process, they were great as we made the switch to solar. Let them do the same for you. Check out everlightsolar.com to find out more and schedule a free consultation. That's everlightsolar.com. Save money and help save the planet. When you're ready to make the switch, take my word for it. Count on the team at Everlight Solar.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Tuesday, we'll react to a Monday night doubleheader. Will C.J. Stroud and the Texans get on track, or will Baker Mayfield keep the Bucs cooking? It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
This is a magical month at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison, with 13 chances to win big every week. Starting at 6 p.m. each Friday in September, 12 winners will enter an enchanted forest and select a cash prize of up to $2,500. Then at 9 p.m. every Friday, one winner will open a door to reveal a grand prize of up to $10,000 in cash. Be here for our Forest of Fortune promotion happening every Friday night in September. Don't miss your chance for prizes all month long at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Bruner Realty and ESPN Madison have teamed up again for the 5th annual Putts for Pups golf outing benefiting the Dane County Humane Society. Join us for a day of golf at Blackhawk Country Club on September 19th. Since it started in 2021, Putts for Pups has raised over $120,000 for the Dane County Humane Society. Donate or find out how you can get involved at putsforpups.com. Putts for Pups is proudly sponsored by Badgerland Exteriors, Alts Operations, Zimbrick Automotive, and Vortex Optics.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Switch on the sky and the stars glow for you. Go see the world cause it's all so brand new. Don't close your eyes cause your future's ready to shine. It's just a matter of time before we learn how to fly. Welcome to the rhythm of the night. There's something in the air you can't deny.
You know what they say about guys with big hands? They wear big gloves, and they make for better quarterbacks. For those of you curious, Jordan Love's hand size measurement at the combine, 10.5 inches.
Okay.
Wow. Brett Favre's hand size, 10 3/8 inches.
Wow. Okay. Stop
Aaron Rodgers' hand size.
Let's not shove our hand. Come on. All right. Okay.
10 and 1/8 inches.
Wow.
Okay.
I was trying to set something up there on the video stream.
You are. It's annoying, but you are. Yeah, keep going. I didn't tell you to stop. Oh, I did tell you to stop.
You did.
So, yeah,
You quite literally told me to stop.
Yes, I did. That's true.
J.J. McCarthy's hand size.
12 inches.
9 inches.
Baby hands.
It is in the 8th percentile for quarterback hand size. You know who else has tiny hands?
Man,
you know who else has tiny hands?
Kenny Pickett.
Who's that?
I believe Kenny Pickett does, but that's not who's on the list here because these two guys have been successful. Jared Goff and Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Both of them have been very successful in the league to varying degrees.
So why I said that, it wasn't, I had no clue. You could have said he had 10.5.
You were right. You were right.
Well, because you see things and you have to kind of figure things out. Obviously, everything happens a lot faster in the NFL. But when I saw him fake pitch that ball and it flopped out of his hand, and then there was another one that it fell out of his hand, and then the snap on the thing, that's where it comes into play because Lord knows I hate you got short arms or you're only 6'3" or whatever. Right? Like that stuff annoys all of us. And I'm sure JJ and Jared Goff and all of these other guys, but there is a reason that they do those measurements. And JJ will have to kind of figure that part of it out. I thought it was kind of almost rude to Sam Darnold and to what we saw last year that Minnesota, when they won a bunch of close games, was just going to snap their fingers, put JJ in there, and have instant success. It's not how this business works. And that annoyed me a little bit. And now that, listen, Minnesota could go on a run and make me look like a fool. Very possible. They could end up going 14-3. I will be shocked if that's the case. But that doesn't mean that they can't, because I think Flores and their defense can cause problems. But I just think offensively they are going to have all kinds of problems, and especially when they play the Green Bay Packers. You can almost bank we're going to have some turnovers against this team with JJ as their quarterback.
I would definitely agree with that. He would have been under siege. He was under siege from the Falcons defense, and what I saw from Mina Kimes and others was surprised that the Falcons had a pass rush. So I would presume, and that was, I mean, look,
now,
again,
in fairness,
they were missing
I want to be
Darisaw.
fair.
They were missing their starting center. So I'm glad we were on the same page there. A text from Ron in Rome. After listening to the Ben Johnson press conference and watching Kevin O'Connell's face last night, all I can say is thank God for Matt LaFleur.
We're all in this sucker together, that's for sure.
I've heard commentators say that Kevin O'Connell is the best coach in the NFC North Division. Yeah, you did. And I believe it was said on this program, it was by me, and you know I hold Matt LaFleur in high regard, and I do not agree, Ron says. Look, you're only as good as your players, and Matt LaFleur didn't get a whole lot of credit when he had the 4-time NFL MVP as quarterback. I think he has shown since the departure of one Aaron Charles Rodgers that he's a pretty good quarterback. What I would say about Kevin O'Connell and why I don't think it's fair to now say because J.J. McCarthy has pretty much stunk up the joint for 7 of the 8 quarters to start the season is that the guy won with Sam Darnold, who many didn't. And he made Kirk Cousins the best Kirk Cousins has ever been. So
that's true too.
I feel like my opinion of him is a fair view to have, and that is saying something given that I think Matt LaFleur is a really good coach. I'm not among those, then there are certainly some in the YouTube comments who do not think Matt LaFleur is any good and that they have to win in spite of him, not because of him. I don't agree, but you're entitled to your opinion.
Absolutely you are.
So, again, the question I want to get to next, after Tausch tells us about Quick Trip, is How should what the Lions did yesterday to the aforementioned Ben Johnson and the Bears, which, by the way, Ben Johnson, you know Jared Goff's name. You worked with him for 3 years. Don't be a dink. The quarterback over there. Come on, man.
Why? They're enemies now. I don't. Not everything
that
needs
doesn't
to be
mean you don't
kumbaya.
say his name. Say
You know
his
who he's talking
name.
about. You know who he's talking about.
The quarterback over there.
Yeah, QB.
Yeah,
Over there.
It's funny how quickly you go from awkwardly saying, "Well, I sure do enjoy beating Matt LaFleur twice a year," to being kind of persnickety in your post-game press conference. He could have used a
He
snack
comes at you fast.
from his local Quick Trip to make him feel a little bit better about himself.
Well, this fall, the Gatorade, talking all his Vikings and O'Connell and LaFleur. Gatorade border battle is on at Quick Trip. Are you Team Purple or Green and Gold proud? Well, either way, you can score the ultimate fan experience. 2 Turf Suite tickets to the Week 18 Vikings-Packers showdown at U.S. Bank Stadium, plus $250 in Quick Trip gift cards. Just buy any Gatorade with your Quick Rewards account and earn bonus Fan Zone points. Packers, Vikings, let the Quick Trip Gatorade border battle begin. No purchase is necessary. Go to quicktrip.com/sweepstakes to enter. And when life is busy, make it easy with Order Ahead in the Quick Rewards app. You can pick your favorites, fried chicken, pizza, take-home meals, pay in the app, and grab it in-store, or you can do it curbside, and they have a bunch of great specials going right now. Boneless pork loin chops, 99 cents each. Bananas, jumbo onions, and baked potatoes, 29 cents a pound. Quick Trip's got you covered. We'll see you next time.
Are you going to end it there?
No.
Okay, good. I appreciate the we'll see you next time, because that lets me know you're done. I have received a text message from the kid.
Oh.
So I feel better now. I don't feel better about him coming on the program. I'll explain. And I do want to get into what the Lions did to the Bears. What does that mean to you as a Packers fan? What does that tell you about the Lions? And what does it tell you about the Packers defense and its performance in the opener? We'll talk about that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
The people have spoken, and the results are undeniable. Ridgetop Exteriors has added to our dozens of awards by sweeping a recent People's Choice Awards, taking home Best Roofing, Best Siding, Best Windows, and Best Overall Home Improvement Company. That's not just winning, that's setting the standard. Bo here with Ridgetop Exteriors. At Ridgetop Exteriors, we deliver with expert craftsmanship, top quality materials, and customer service that keeps area homeowners coming back project after project.
Oh, the guys from Ridgetop Exteriors are here.
The message is loud and clear. You want the best, you call Ridgetop. 4 categories, 4 wins, 1 name. Ridgetop Exteriors, the undisputed champion and your only choice for home exteriors. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com to experience the difference today. That's ridgetopexteriors.com, your People's Choice Award winners.
Ridgetop Exteriors is the place for you.
Get ready to unleash the dragon at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Introducing the region's very first $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Feel the thrill, chase the excitement, and win big. With jackpot soaring to $1 million, your chance to hit it big is here. Come experience the ultimate gaming adventure. Visit Hard Rock Casino Rockford today and play the $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Your legendary win awaits. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's no second chances. There's no do-overs. We're definitely primed to take that next step. That's the focus and the goal.
This is your Green and Gold Fix on 100.5 ESPN.
It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, pain to get to where you want to go.
This Green and Gold Fix is driven by Metro Ford.
Following the football weekend, there is only one 2-0 team in the NFC North, and that, of course, is the Green Bay Packers. After a 27-18 win on Thursday Night Football over the Washington Commanders, the Packers got to relax on Sunday and see how their divisional foes competed in Week 2. The Detroit Lions responded big time after the whooping the Packers gave them in Week 1, a 52-point performance, which they laid on the Chicago Bears, who only scored 21, falling to 0-2. And on Sunday Night Football, the Vikings couldn't muster a touchdown in a 22-6 loss to the Atlanta Falcons. Feels pretty good to be a Packers fan.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Your heart deserves expert care, and now Stoughton Health is making it even easier to get it close to home. We're excited to welcome new cardiologists to the Stoughton Health Cardiology Clinic. Our expanded team provides compassionate care, including heart disease screening, stress tests, heart monitors, and more. With most appointments available within just 2 weeks, you can see a heart specialist without the long wait. Learn more or schedule your appointment today at stoughtonhealth.com. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesch Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, serviced, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
I remember the nights when we were young, dumb, and wild and free. When I closed my eyes, I could see you in my sweatshirt, dancing around that college bar. These days I don't know where you are, but I get to keep these memories forever. Oh, I remember. Oh, I remember. Yeah. I still can't hear Third Eye Blind.
So, for those of you that were hoping that we would book Robin Yount on the program, which again, to have his name in my text messages is surreal for me, just so people understand. Thanks, all good here. I'm in Italy.
Oh,
so
awesome.
So he's going to be celebrating turning the big 7-0 in Italy, apparently, and no better place.
I hope he's in Tuscany. I hope he's in Tuscany.
Avoid the pizza, though, from what I learned from Tausch.
Pizza's
the pizza
average,
disappointing.
yeah. But have as much pasta, like the fresh pasta over there.
Oh, he's the new spokesperson. I'm sure he's enjoying a Usinger sausage over there.
Indeed. Sure, exactly. Well done.
Probably.
Well played. So we'll hopefully we'll talk to him when he gets back. But happy birthday one day early to the kid. Tausch.
You think they got Robinade over there? You think
I don't
if he's
think
getting
so.
a Tito's
No,
and lemonade? You think he goes to Tito's with a little Robinade in there?
I think he should. I've got a couple of extra bottles if he needs them, but I'm not in Italy.
Could we invent the Robin or the kid and call it Tito's and Robinade?
You call it the kid drink?
Yeah.
Sure, I like that.
I don't know if you've seen this. If you're out golfing now, a big trend, and it's I am not a TikTok guy. It's not my jam.
Heard that about you, yeah.
But the big thing is the cart people will put their own special drink of the day, and they'll put like a thing up on their deal, and they mix different. It's usually I like to think Tito's, but then they'll put like a blue Gatorade with something else and then a spritz of something, and they'll call it something, and they try to trend on TikTok, and it works because you go up there, and normally, you're either going to get a Coors Light or you're going to have a mixer, and you kind of think through, and if somebody is putting it up there, it's like if they say, hey, we got a prime rib special today, you're like, oh, let me hear about it. Almost everybody does that. So I think that's definitely a possibility, Jesse.
We will work on making that a reality when he gets back from Italy. You can bounce that idea off of him when he eventually joins us, which we look forward to. Before that, though, what am I supposed to make of what the Detroit Lions did offensively against the bear-down Chicago Bears yesterday, putting up a 52 spot and Jared Goff throwing 5 touchdown passes and Ben Johnson forgetting his name?
So I normally, this job, you react, you analyze on a week-to-week basis, always thinking about projecting what you think is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I look at my job.
Sure.
You, I don't know exactly. You're look at things a little bit differently.
I do. I'm here to deliver insight
and
information.
I don't mind overreacting because that's what fans want to do, and
you're good at it.
I think so too. I did not one time last week, after Detroit got absolutely bullyballed by the G&G, did I think Detroit was stink. Not once. I thought they ran into a buzzsaw. They couldn't protect Goff, and you get Goff off his spot. I've said for years he is not a great NFL quarterback. He's really good when he's in the pocket and throwing in rhythm. He's not when you have to create. You want him moving off his spot. Well, with Micah Parsons and with our crew, he never was comfortable. That's why it was check down Chuck all game, and it was an easy win.
Sure.
Detroit will be better, but so will Green Bay. Detroit is still a very good football team.
Sure.
Green Bay is better as we sit here today. Now, things can change and things can happen, but if both teams stay healthy, Green Bay will win this division. And I think they'll do it in a relatively smooth fashion. I think Detroit is going to struggle. They're going to get beat next week. And Green Bay is going to win. And you're going to be looking at a 2-game lead with a tiebreaker. And all of a sudden, no. Detroit's going to be there when it comes playoff time. And it will be, playoff football is a whole different animal. They will have to come up with a better plan than what they had the last time they came to Lambeau. But Detroit, I think what you saw, to answer your question in a long-winded, wildy way, I think you saw who we thought they are. Green Bay was better than what I think people anticipated. The Micah effect is real. And I think Detroit and other teams are going to have to come to grips with that and figure out where can we attack this defense. Because through 2 weeks, nobody has. That doesn't mean people won't and try and find a way. Detroit's offense is still going to be really good, especially against defenses that aren't. That's what I learned.
I'm curious, would you say that when you predict that the Packers are going to win the division, would you be willing to take that to the bank? Because that's what we're going to play right now, presented by Associated Bank.
Take it to the bank. Little Week 2 Packers-inspired questions here, presented by Associated Bank. Covered a couple of the notes from the game the other day. Take it to the bank. If Jayden Reed is out for a significant amount of time, he will be missed in the Packers offense more than Christian Watson. You want to take that to the bank, Tausch?
Yeah, I will, just because I think Jayden Reed has proven how productive he is in his time here. He's been the leading catcher of the football, if my memory serves me correctly. So Jayden Reed, I think, will be missed, but I'm telling you, I think of every position in any place on this football team where you feel like you have enough depth to overcome, that would be the spot that I feel like is the case. Receivers, we're going to see younger players. We're going to see Wicks. We saw a little bit already. Matthew Golden, Savion Williams. And then if Watson comes back, I think we are very well equipped to handle Jayden Reed being out, even though he will be missed.
I would agree he will be missed. I don't know if I'm willing to go there in terms of comparing him to Watson. I will say this. Watson and Reed are two guys that they don't have anyone quite like. Obviously, Watson to an even greater degree. But maybe Matthew Golden can do some of the or many of the same things. We'll have to wait and see. We'd also be looking at Matthew Golden through a different lens if one or both of those deep shots turn into touchdowns instead of incompletions. Love overshot him on what would have been probably a 92-yard touchdown and another one that would have been 30-some yards. So I do think that's part of it as well. But, look, if this is possible to lead your team in receptions and yardage in each of your first 2 seasons with the team as a rookie and as a second-year player and still be underappreciated, congratulations, Jaden Reed did that. And so I'm curious to see if we realize that he was more valuable than we gave him credit for during the time that he's going to be sidelined and dealing with the healing of a broken collarbone. And Rob Domofsky pointed this out to me last night while we were talking about it on TV. Maybe he also has the surgery on his foot, or maybe he just has enough time off of it for that to heal that Jones fracture that he has in his foot. All right, who's next, or what's next?
I'll tell you what. You need to call Joe Burrow up, too. Burrow's got turf toe. That son of a gun's out for like 6 months.
3 months.
3 months. Jason Wilde has turf toe. You missed, 2 practices and you were back?
Yeah, 3 practices. Fair? But, yeah. I was afraid of this because you brought up Joey B. But I feel like I may be experiencing a recurrence a little bit. Just walking around a little gingerly.
Well, take a beat. Well, first off, you probably shouldn't be hoofing through apple orchards.
Yeah, it was a pretty long walk. A lot of 4 miles worth of walking during our time at the apple orchard.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
No, not wow. Ow. More accurate. What's next, Jesse?
I bet you've been walking around a golf course once or twice, too.
I have, yeah. I've been doing a lot of walking.
Yeah.
Slimming down a little bit because of it. Thanks for noticing.
Take it to the bank. Thursday night's game against Washington proved offensive line depth is not a major concern for the Packers this season. Tausch?
Oh, no. No, I'm still concerned about it. Mm-hmm. And I think where I'm really concerned is if something happens to Elton. Like, if Elton stays healthy for the whole season, I think we can weather the other storms, but I still want Zach Tom out there, and I still want Banks. I think that you played at home against a team that their defensive line, while they got older, I don't know how dynamite that is. I want to see you do this against Philadelphia with their big fellas in the middle. I want to see how you handle Minnesota. Minnesota's got a good front. So I'm still, of all the positions that I'm concerned about depth-wise, it's the interior offensive line is where my main concerns are. And are we better suited if something happens in a playoff game? I don't know if I would say I feel that much better. Like, if something happens to Elton Jenkins, I'm going to be concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jordan Morgan is a really good player, and I think he could step in. And so I feel that in that respect, I feel a little bit better. But I don't. I think Elton Jenkins, his health is critical for this football team throughout the rest of this year. More so than any of the tackles or anybody else. I think Elton is the key. He needs to play every week. And if he doesn't, my concern level would go up by quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Wednesday with Brian Balaga because he does such a thorough breakdown of the film, and I want to hear what he thought of Jordan Morgan, whose Pro Football Focus grade, for what that's worth, was not very high from the game, and I want to know what he thinks of Anthony Belton because
I saw some. So I don't know. I do not break down film like Brian. That's just not my deal. But I'll tell you about Belton. I saw some clips. He's a big physical SOB now.
He is.
He is a bully. He is a bully in a good way.
Yeah, I guess my question back to you then would be, as a pass protector, it's great if you are a bully in the run game. Do you see him having, we all know one of your strengths as a player, being the legend that you are, as our caller earlier pointed out, was your feet. Does he have great feet? Does he have the kind of feet that make you a great pass protector in the league? Because I still believe that that's an very important piece if you work for the Green Bay Packers. We'll see. I am not taking that to the bank either. I don't think their depth is... I think Jordan Morgan is a good player. After that, I don't know what to expect or to believe. I'm still not convinced. One more, Jesse?
Last one for dessert here and take it to the bank, presented by Associated Bank. Even if Brandon McManus kicks a game-winning field goal in the Super Bowl, Rob Domofsky cannot defend his Bold-a-thon title since he is the only incorrect bold prediction after 2 weeks of the season.
Did he win it last year?
He did, yes. He was ranked number 1 by you when we reviewed them in February.
Yeah, what did he win it with again? Do we remember what he was
Did
so
we
bold
check the
about?
565 analytics, folks, where they stood on it?
We did not. We let Tausch critique it. And if Tausch didn't give himself the victory, you got to feel pretty good about it.
That's fair. No,
I
Rob's
believe he
out.
predicted Tucker Kraft would lead the team in receiving last year, I think was his.
Well, didn't Jaden Reed?
Well, he didn't do that.
It was something Tucker Kraft related. I forget exactly what it was, but it was Tucker Kraft related, and he was right. And at the time,
yes,
no one saw it coming.
Domofsky's bold-a-thon is dead. He just finished dead last. Yeah.
Yes, he did. What I'm really curious now to see if Tom Waddle ends up winning, and that would be painful to him because that would mean the
Jordan
Packers
Love
got
wins
off
the
to
MVP, I win. Like, there's nobody else is winning. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
You will win.
And if Romeo Doubs gets traded, you're winning. Like, you're winning.
Well, everybody
This
can't.
isn't hard.
The thing is, all of these things could happen. Like, what if Dobbs gets
If
traded?
Romeo Doubs gets traded, Jason's winning.
What if Dobbs gets traded? They
that
start
has odds
8-0.
less of my.
Jordan Love's MVP, and McManus kicks a game-winning field goal in the Super Bowl. Then what happens?
No, 8-0 is a nice, cute pick.
Tri-champions.
And he'll be in the mix. No, Jason wins if Romeo Doubs gets traded because that to me was the boldest of bold because I don't think it's going to happen, and I don't think anybody thinks it's going to happen.
Yeah, I
and
don't
if
think
that
it's going
does
to happen.
He wins.
Yeah, it's not. Look, now that Jaden Reed is out for multiple months, it ain't happening. They're not trading Romeo Doubs. I will not be winning the Bold-a-thon. What you could win is a Cousin Subs prize pack if you win trivia this week. But to win, you've got to enter, and to enter, you got to play today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Jesse, what's today's category, and what caller would you like for trivia?
I just saw a text. Someone said Ben Johnson should have called Jared Goff that guy. That was nice.
That guy did a really good job today.
Let's do caller 15 today for the sports weekend recap on a Monday. Looking back at the busy sports weekend.
All right, caller 15 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 15 plays trivia next after I tell you about Associated Bank. They've got the best customer service in the industry, and they've got the awards to prove it as well, whether it's early pay so you get access to your direct deposit up to 2 days early, whether it's credit monitoring so you know where your credit is at if you have a big purchase you want to make, or if it's fraud protection, and I experienced it myself. They made sure that I was safe with my investments and everything else because they have a top-notch fraud protection team. That's what customer service means to Associated Bank. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. Trivia is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tusch here for Grassland Dairy. Well, before 11 a.m. kickoffs on Saturdays, noon kickoffs on Sundays, or kicking off your workday every morning, Monday through Friday, complete your breakfast spread with the pure and delicious taste of Grassland Butter. Grassland has been serving up delicious taste and high-quality butter from farm to table since 1904. That's over 5 generations. So what's the key to having so much success for so long? Well, it's all about the hardworking dairy farmers right here in Wisconsin that help produce the highest quality ingredients that give Grassland its pure and delicious flavor. Thank you, farmers, and thank you, Wisconsin, from Grassland Dairy. Butter better with better butter. Make your breakfast complete with Grassland Dairy, crafting butter for 5 generations. Learn more and find delicious new recipes at grasslandbutter.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhafels. Test dress any mattress at Steinhafels this September. Get a $20 restaurant gift card, and they'll donate $20 to Special Spaces Wisconsin. Alabama too much for Wisconsin in the 38-14 Week 3 loss. How will Luke Fickell and company respond now with Big Ten play on the horizon? Fickell's postgame words, audio courtesy Badger Athletics.
These are the real adversities. These are the real challenges to see, do they really have the commitment level? Nobody likes to not only lose, but, lose the way we did. And we know that the season really begins now. We got to be able to move forward. We got to be able to get ourselves out of here. We got to be able to get as healthy as we can, and we got to get into league play, and we got to get better.
Wisconsin returns home to face Maryland, opening up their Big Ten schedule.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. PellaWI.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
ESPN Madison is your home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Underneath it, bump set, left side, powers it down. What a rally, and Wisconsin comes out on top.
From early season showdowns to a run for the national title, hear every match this season on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Blocked by Bucky.
Wisconsin Badgers volleyball on ESPN Madison is presented by Steinhafels and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also brought to you by Gordon Flesh Company and Goodman's Jewelers.
The Midwest's best baseball players have one thing in common: GRB Academy. For 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, producing over 468 college commits and 27 major league draft picks. Their Windsor facility has 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training space. Next up to bat is GRB's top prospect camp on Sunday, October 12th, open to the high school classes of 2026 through 2029. Claim your spot now at grbacademy.com.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Time for trivia. And then in the 11 o'clock hour, we'll be spanning the sports realm as we will go from Badgers in the 9, Packers in the 10, to Brewers for a little while in the 11 o'clock hour, including a visit from our buddy Dom Cotroneo from 620 WTMJ, the flagship of Milwaukee Brewers baseball, which you can also always hear in Madison on 100.5 ESPN. Time now, though, for trivia.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Cousin Subs. Crispy chicken tenders are now available at Cousin Subs. Order today in-store at cousinsubs.com or with the Cousins app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
And I know there's plenty of Cousin Subs locations in Green Bay, which means if Eric in Green Bay wins this week, he'll be able to use his gift card on some tasty Cousin Subs. Eric, good morning. How are you?
Doing good, guys. How are you?
Is your little guy enjoying the show today?
He is enjoying the show today. Absolutely.
He's our biggest fan. He'll figure out. He'll figure it out eventually.
We
All
had,
right, let's play
sport
trivia.
class on Friday, so he was a little upset on Friday. He had to miss part of the show, so as soon as he got in the car, he was asking for you guys.
Was he crying during the Badger game?
He was a little upset that Bucky wasn't winning. At one point, he was, he thought Alabama wearing the Crimson Tide was Wisconsin, and I had this moment where I kind of wanted to let him believe it, because then he would have had a great day. But he's 3 years old now. He needs to learn. He needs to learn how to lose.
It's true. You can keep dominating him in card games too. All right, let's play trivia, where you can dominate. Question number 1 in the sports weekend recap is this. One of the best college football games of the weekend, the Backyard Brawl, is a rivalry game played between which two teams? Is it Pittsburgh and West Virginia, Miami and South Florida, or Jesse's Dog and the Pond Turtles?
Let's go West Virginia. Take me home, country road.
Has there been another dog versus turtle incident, or are you just being funny?
No, he found a mouse the other day.
He's part cat.
It was just, he didn't know what to do with it. He was,
Homage to Grouch.
He was kind of laying next to it, looking at it, growling, his tail's wagging. He wanted to play with it, but didn't understand. The mouse didn't want anything to do with him.
Question 2. After the Brewers clinched on Saturday, which team became the second to clinch a berth in the MLB postseason on Sunday? Was it the Toronto Blue Jays, the Philadelphia Phillies, or the Los Angeles Dodgers?
Let's go. Toronto had that. I think Philly clinched their division.
2 for 2. Are the Mets eliminated?
No.
With their
No, they're right in the wild card on.
Mets are still a wild card team, and Philly technically has not clinched their division, but they are, like, any minute now they'll be getting it done. They've been on a massive winning streak, and the Mets have been in a free fall.
Yes, they have been. So the Mets could still make the playoffs despite how bad they've been.
They are still in a position where it looks like they will make the playoffs unless they really continue to botch this and the Giants or the Reds can catch them. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. All right, question 3, Eric, and a chance for a perfect start to the week. How many NFL games on Sunday featured rematches of teams that have met in previous Super Bowls?
Oh, boy.
Was it 1, a 2, or a 3? And I'm not going to lie, I don't know the answer to this.
Obviously, Philly, Kansas City was a big one yesterday.
Yeah. Question is, was that the only one?
I'll go one more. Just I have no clue.
So it was more than one, Jesse?
Philadelphia and Kansas City, of course, was the big one. The Titans and the Rams played in the noon window.
Kurt Warner, Air McNair.
As did the Seahawks and the Steelers. 3 previous Super Bowl matchups. All
Matt
on
Hasselbeck and Mike Holmgren getting hosed by that questionable officials call when they lost to the Steelers.
I do have a suggestion, by the way, for the Bowl-a-thon.
Okay.
Didn't realize our comment box
If
was
we
open.
have multiple people, if multiple bold predictions, well, then you got to have the bold committee. Everybody that submitted a Bowl-a-thon submission, that's the boldest. It's like tie goes to the runner, tie goes to the bolder prediction.
Yeah,
right.
I agree. Yeah,
So
that's
if
why
you,
I thought
I don't know, are
Jason's
they all
was the
written out
boldest.
somewhere?
No.
Now, I also think a Bowl-a-thon tracker would be a fun thing to have going on. So I can take
So,
that
Eric,
responsibility on.
Volunteering for work. I don't know what that's like.
Eric, I was just going to say, you have been a great fan of the show for a long time. You know how things work here, right? You think that, no offense to Jesse, but you think Jesse was going to write all this down? I have a thought that I have him write down, and then I'll go back to it, and he'll say, I don't know. You think he's going to write down every bold-a-thon, rank it, and then keep it on a bold-a-thon, like, ticker across the bottom line? Like,
well, here's the thing. They're all put together on a YouTube clip, so that's been done. Yeah. I don't know if they're just in writing.
They're not.
Jesse, are they?
Jesse, am I crazy to think
I think I've got him in a note on my phone. Let me check. I think I've got him.
No, you don't. There's no way. Everyone, no way.
I got all my
But Eric, you're hired.
logins. Yeah,
you're hired. You will not be paid. You will be criticized heavily.
Yeah, it's all right. I got this. I'll make a Twitter account, a Bold-a-thon Twitter account. We'll get this going every week with updates.
Nice. Okay.
I just need them ideally written out. I don't think that's going to happen, so I think I'm going to be watching that YouTube clip later. But
Jesse will send you his note, and then also all of his logins for his streaming
his
services.
thorough notes. Yeah, I'm sure that'll cover everything.
But Eric, you have to be a Bold-a-thon. You have to be a Bold-a-thon contributor in order to rank them on boldness. So if we hit that at the end of the year, then the committee has to revisit, and we award a winner.
A blue ribbon panel. All right, Eric, you got 2 out of 3. It means you got 3 of the possible 4 entries on Friday. Thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate you.
You bet. Love you guys.
That is Wilde and Tausch Trivia.
Eric,
we kick off.
Isn't it great? We have so many people willing to do all of our work for nothing.
For free.
That's fantastic.
For free. Volunteerism. It's a beautiful thing.
That's what makes it really difficult to let people go.
I don't even work here.
Well, technically, I don't even work here. I know, that's what makes this so difficult.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's kickoff time at Metro Kia Madison. Get ready to score big with unbeatable season-starting deals. Drive home the electrifying 2025 Kia EV6 with 0% APR for 60 months, $16.67 per $1,000 borrowed. Or go long with the all-new 2026 Kia EV9 at just 0% APR for 48 months, only $20.83 per $1,000. But hurry, these championship deals end September 30th. Visit MetroKiaMadison.com to start your winning drive today.
This is Monte Ball.
Monte steps to the right, dashes, reaches, touchdown.
You listen to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Wisconsin Surplus in Mount Horeb, your homegrown auction powerhouse. From government assets to vehicles and equipment, find your next deal at wisconsinsurplus.com. The Green Bay Packers did not play over the weekend, but still reveling in Thursday night's victory over the Washington Commanders. The Packers alone atop the NFC North standings after 2 weeks, the only team in the division with a perfect 2-0 record. And Green Bay is opened as an 8.5-point favorite, according to ESPN Bet, for their Week 3 contest in Cleveland. Visiting the Browns, kickoff Sunday is set for noon. Lots to catch up on from ESPN Packers reporter Rob Demovsky and the rest of ESPN's NFL Nation over at ESPN.com. College football, not so good news for Wisconsin over the weekend, falling at 19th-ranked Alabama 38-14. Wisconsin returns home for the Big Ten opener this Saturday, hosting Maryland. 11 a.m. kickoff on NBC. Plenty to talk about for the Badgers with the Barry Alvarez Show tonight from 6 to 7, live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. And baseball, no game for the Brewers today. 5.5 up on the Cubs in the NL Central, and they've clinched a playoff spot.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Nobody
11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch.
Long pause there.
Yeah, I was kind of contemplating how I wanted to approach this. Jesse, I saw this over the weekend. It's wonderful.
Just do it like Ken Rosenthal did it. Did you see
Oh, my
Kenny
Lord.
Rosenthal?
I did.
Bow tie.
What are we doing here, man?
Jason, this is a serious question. Do you think media folks, and especially national media folks, take themselves maybe a bit too serious? Or do you think this is a one-off?
Well, all right, couple things. I don't think this is a matter of taking yourself too seriously.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think this is a matter of being a jerk and being an inconsiderate. I don't care how big of a deal you are. And look, Ken Rosenthal is great at what he does. I don't know him personally.
What exactly does he do? I don't even know. He's on
He
Fox.
writes for The Athletic. He's on Fox. He's one of the preeminent voices on Major League Baseball. I don't know him at all. I would say that we have all had moments that we were not proud of, and I would hope that none of us, myself included, would be judged on our worst moments.
Sure.
Okay?
I agree with that.
Now, what I would add, though, is that I feel like if I were to bump someone and knock them down, my reflex would be to help them up. It would not be to turn and look at them and basically look at them like, how dare you get in my way that I knocked you down, and look at them with disdain. It is a terrible look for him. Because I just don't, like, if you knock someone over inadvertently, clearly this was not on purpose. I'm not saying it was intentional, but when you see the person has fallen down, is not your first reaction to help them up? Yeah. How is it not? That's my question.
Yeah.
Even if there's a second where you're stunned that you did this, I don't. That was what bothered me about that. On the flip side, the Brewers win in walk-off fashion. Again, Andrew Monasterio.
That's it.
Did I do okay there?
Yep, you're good.
But afterward, maybe these are separate games because the whole weekend I was walking around a apple orchard. But Bob Uecker had penned a note that he had given to Mark Attanasio for when the Brewers, if they did indeed clinch a playoff berth, to be read to the team. This is some pretty cool stuff. Jesse, take it away.
Oh no. Our videos play. We don't have the audio with it. What's going on?
Well, this
there?
is really good audio.
The what he wrote is so.
Hang on. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's happening. Give me a second. I'll pull it up. I'll get the audio here.
Okay, Jesse's going to work on fixing this. Tausch, had you seen this previously?
I did. I saw it on Brewers Twitter that put up, and
it had the audio.
Awesome. It had audio, yeah, which makes, again, I know everybody's into video now, right? It was just awesome, and I don't know if we will get it, but
yeah, we're good.
It was one of those. Oh, you got it. It was surreal. Like, it really was surreal. So, Jesse, why don't you roll that, and let's, for all of us audio listeners, maybe we can hear it.
This is just the audio, no video this time.
Okay.
I got a letter today from Uecker, and before we toast, I want to read it. Thanks, Mark. Thought it was fitting. The last time that we celebrated, Uecker was with us. Howdy, boys. Never a doubt you would get this invitation. You did it by believing. Really miss you guys, and I wish I was there. Things are good. The God Almighty picked me to be on his team up here, albeit I'm the third catcher. It's a great league. No day games after night games. no shadows, but you got all the sticky you need to have up here. Told the big guy about you guys. You play hard every night. You're not afraid to play for each other. He's obviously very interested in the group with this uncommon goodness. The fact that you have the best record in baseball, the best road record in baseball, has caught his attention. You don't really need me. I know you guys really don't need me, but I've got to tell you, I'll be on the headset every night watching. And don't forget to take it all in, enjoy it, keep it light, and believe in each other. Bob Uecker. So let's toast to him and to our team, what we've achieved so far. Hey.
Tausch, when you watch that, I don't know, I got a little bit goosebumpy and a little teary-eyed that he wrote that letter knowing that he didn't have much time left and that they saved that for that moment. I thought that was really, really neat.
Yeah, I don't have a ton else to add. I think you realized it, how impactful Uecker was on that clubhouse for all these years with all these different teams. And, you hope that, when I think it was Levo when he joined us, kind of talked about that spiritual connection, and you're kind of hoping that this will be that galvanizing force that helps this team get to that next level, and that's a lot to put on a team. But you just hope that that is a part of this whole thing, because it would be, for someone that loves a story, I don't know if you're going to find a better one than that.
No, definitely not. And I
think even Rosenthal would agree with us on that one. Am I right?
Yeah, that was. Yeah. All right, we need to get ready for Dom, who's going to join us to talk more Brewers. So we're on to that next. After
it's been a real schmorgy Monday. I like this. Schmorgy.
I'm still torn on schmorging, but I know you're not torn on
it's
Hard Rock.
Rare. You don't schmorg during if the Packers had a game, we wouldn't be schmorging.
Fair.
I know you get antsy. Yes. Today's a good day for a schmorg.
And it's also a good day for you to tell us about Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
It's always fun to talk about the Hard Rock Casino Rockford, featuring over 175,000 square feet of gaming and entertainment space, more than 1,300 slots, 50 live table games, a sports book, and a rock shop. They have that great live entertainment venue as well, 23,000 square feet, premium concert and event space, more than 1,000 feet of LED screens, watch games, experience up to 2,000 guests. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois, about an hour from the greater Madison Metroplex.
Dom joins us next.
I'll tell you, you know what? You know what? Let's get to Dom. I was just going to talk about Birmingham and the Metro, how much bigger it is than I thought, but we'll break that. I'll break down Alabama cities tomorrow. How's that?
Thank you.
Dom Cotroneo. Dom, next. Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Even your pickiest eater will say yes to this. Crispy chicken tenders are now at Cousin Subs. Perfect on their own with a favorite dipping sauce, or stacked in one of our 2 new subs, classic crispy chicken or bold Buffalo Ranch crispy chicken, made with quality chicken and served on our fresh baked bread. It's a mealtime win for kids and grown-ups. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only here for a limited time. Order in store, online, or on the app today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Hey IKEA fans, IKEA is turning 40 and they are giving you the present. From September 3rd to the 23rd, IKEA is celebrating with a huge gift card giveaway. Every day, 3 times a day, 40 lucky winners will score an IKEA gift card worth anywhere from $5 to $500. That's right, 120 winners every day at every store. Don't miss your chance to join the celebration and win. Visit your IKEA Oak Creek or IKEA.us for more information today. Must be a IKEA family member to participate. 1 gift card per IKEA family membership during the promotion.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
It's kickoff time at Metro Ford of Madison, and we're bringing the heat with unbeatable truck deals. Get the 2025 F-150 Lightning with 0% APR for 72 months, $13.89 per $1,000 borrowed, or tackle any job with the 2024 F-150 or F-150 XLT, now at 2.9 APR for 66 months, $16.41 per $1,000 borrowed. These offers end September 30th, so don't fumble your chance to save. Visit MetroFordofMadison.com and score your next truck today.
When it comes to your career, most companies want you to be interested in them. At Northwestern Mutual, their mutual interest is you. That's why they listen to your career goals, plan the steps to get there, and work side by side all along the way. To learn more about career opportunities, search for Northwestern Mutual Southern Wisconsin online or call 608-836-3080. That's 608-836-3080. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Former basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal is DJ Diesel, and he's coming to the Sylvie on Friday, September 19th. Catch Shaq and his Base All-Stars live. Tickets on sale now at Sylvie.com. Don't miss your chance to see Shaq, DJ Diesel live in Madison on September 19th.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
What a fun time it is to be a Brewers fan. Sure, Jesse. You know, I came across in my computer, by the way, the video clip of you in the bleachers on that home run that we had tracked down. You're almost as excited these days as you were that day with Usher George nearby. And we're excited to have our Brewers guy presented by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin, covering the Brewers postseason push, presented by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. It is Dom Cotroneo on Wilde and Tausch. Dom, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How we doing?
We're great. Hey, one of the things that I thought was really cool was not just the letter from Uecker from the great beyond, but the fact that they still celebrate clinching a playoff berth. There's like this I don't know. They're like, oh, well, we've got bigger things to accomplish. Yeah, I get it. You do. But you can celebrate each little accomplishment, and you do it in perspective, and it's getting to be old hat for this team, and yet they still take the time to celebrate it on some level while not thinking that they've accomplished anything of major significance. Is that kind of part and parcel of what this team is about?
It's a 162-game marathon, and then you throw in the 25 games of spring training, the 2 weeks of workouts before that. I mean, it is a year-round sport. You know, when you think about it, you have to be ready on Valentine's Day to show up to spring training. You know, back in the day, guys showed up on March 1st to spring training to get into shape, whereas now you are expected to arrive ready to go. You go from Valentine's Day and hopefully to Halloween, okay? Like, it's a year-round sport. That's why this sport celebrates every single time you get to keep playing. And I think, you know, Tausch, you can bring me in on this because you can back me up in that. It's not that football players don't celebrate whenever you make a playoff berth, but I think explain to me the dynamic of, like, baseball, it is such a, you know, all 26 guys are together so often, whereas on a giant football roster, you're kind of sequestered into your position groups and that sort of thing. That's why we don't quite see it the same in the NFL, perhaps.
Well, I think there's that, and I think there's, you know, I think the beer booze component too. You're not spritzing champagne. I don't know, you know, how that all plays out, but yeah, the football season is a long grind, but it is not as day to day as what baseball guys go through. So I think that's another piece to it. But are we not excited to get hats and T-shirts? Absolutely, we are. We love getting our NFC North championship hat, and then it immediately switches to what's next, just like it does for these guys. Dom, can you kind of get into the and like how meaningful that was for those guys in that clubhouse when Pat Murphy read that note?
Yeah, so I don't want to burst bubbles here, but I've always been under the impersonation that this was a if you penned this to this team letter. That's how I have always interpreted it. But it feels like this is a runaway train that nobody can grab because there's a lot of team specifics in that note. But that doesn't take any of the sentimentality out of it because day one messaging from Pat Murphy, we've experienced a great loss, but he's not going to miss a pitch. And I think that's kind of reminding these guys, you know, there are a handful of guys that never got to experience a Bob Uecker celebration in the clubhouse. And the legendary stories and the sitting in the corner, like his chair in the clubhouse still is marked with a photo of him right there where he'd sit and have story time. And those were the best 20 minutes you'd spend in the clubhouse every day. So that, in my eyes, was a reminder from Murph to the guys that there's a higher power here that we need to acknowledge and recognize and remember why we're doing this. And a reminder of what that message was from day one, that Bob Uecker's not going to miss a pitch. And he hasn't missed a pitch. He's been down in the front row. It's what I've been saying all season long. And it's been a really cool outpouring of support. I thought Murph nailed it, by the way. Whether it's, you know, his writing or Ueck's writing, it's awesome. I thought it was really, really well done.
My bubble is burst. I'm not going to lie. There's been a bursting.
Well, what are I guess the question is, you gave that note to Mark, and then did Murph just like ad lib a couple things? Because I thought that it was something because it was an envelope and it was kind of pulled out. Maybe we all were kind of under that impression.
We wanted it to be true for sure.
Of course, don't we? We want everything to be true, but I think it doesn't take anything away from the moment and how the team is connected and, you know, a subdued champagne toast and a blessing. And I think that's a really good way to do this, to remind everybody what they're doing this for. And quite frankly, the Brewers understand. I mean, they're wearing Bob Uecker's signature on their sleeve all year. He is still as much a part of this team, even though he's not on this earth with us. And I love the third catcher line.
So, Dom, I'm looking at the postseason picture right now on MLB.com. The Brewers and Phillies have both clinched. If the season ended today, they would have the 2 byes on the National League side of the bracket. Then the 4-5 matchup would be Cubs-Padres, with the winner advancing to face the Brewers, and the 3-6 matchup would be the Dodgers and the Mets, with the winner facing the Phillies. Are you thinking in playoff terms yet? Because you do this every single day. This is your team. Are you thinking about matchups, or are you just sort of like, hey, we'll get to October when we get to October?
You're absolutely thinking about matchups now. That's what these final 2 weeks are about. And even with today's off day and next Thursday being the last off day of the regular season, that the Brewers have made a slight tweak to their rotation. They moved Brandon Woodruff back. They give him a few extra days rest. They've been trying to give him more rest. The other thing that moving him back does is it gets him on the cycle to be Game 1, Freddie Peralta, Game 2, Brandon Woodruff, Game 3, Quinn Priester. Now, in my opinion, I could see Woodruff and Priester flipped in the playoffs, where I could see Priester going in Game 2 and Woodruff going in Game 3. The reason I say that is because in the NLDS, you only need 5 starting pitchers. You only need 3 starting pitchers for 5 games because there's extra off days, meaning whoever starts Game 1 and Game 2 can start on regular rest for Game 4 and Game 5. And we haven't seen Brandon Woodruff start on regular rest. He's only done that once. So regular rest in baseball is 4 days off. You pitch on the 5th day. I don't think we're going to see that from Brandon Woodruff in the playoffs. So that's why I think we're going to see eventually it flip back. Freddie Peralta Game 1, Priester Game 2, Woodruff Game 3. So he pitches once in the NLDS.
So Dom, where does that leave the Miz?
I think the Miz goes to the bullpen, and he becomes, in the words of Pat Murphy, an out-getter. We've heard Craig Counsell say that in years past, too. He's an out-getter. In the playoffs, you're counting down 27 outs. That's the only thing that matters. You don't care about the winning pitcher. You know who's got the last 3 outs. That's Trevor McGill. Hopefully you know who has outs 21 to 24. That's Abner Uribe. And then those first 7 innings, who's got those 21 outs? That's the question the Brewers are going to get is Freddie getting 15 outs, 5 innings, cool. Then Miz gets 3 more, that's 3, and then Mears gets 3, whatever. All that matters is getting outs, and Miz will be on a playoff roster. I just think he's going to be in the bullpen.
So, and as far as the positioning, and you said that they're starting to kind of think through that. The Cubs, they're still there. How important is it to kind of stay ahead of the Phillies, or is that not? As long as you're the 1 or 2, do you think Milwaukee's feeling more like let's just be the 1 or 2 and get that bye, or is it we pushing to try to get the 1?
I think the 1 or 2 is the priority. I mean, it'd be nice, no doubt, right, to be the 1 and get home field advantage because it seems pretty clear at this point whoever wins the National League is going to have home field advantage in the World Series because both the Brewers and Phillies have a better record than the best record in the American League. So the point being, the Brewers have the tiebreaker on the Phillies, keep in mind as well. So if they do end up with the same, let's say 98 wins or whatever, the Brewers get the 1 seed and means they get home field advantage all the way throughout. Home field is nice to get to have the bottom of the 9th, which is great. This seems the best road team in baseball. And I don't think that's a coincidence because the Brewers are really good on the road. They're really good at scoring early, big bunching of innings. So priority 1 is getting the bye because I think this team can handle it. The bullpen can use the rest. A couple of position players have some nagging soreness. All of that goes into say, just get the 1 or the 2 and good things will happen.
All right, Dom, you mentioned Priester, and I saw this stat from Kurt Hogg a couple days ago. The Brewers have won 18 straight games when Priester pitched, tied for the 3rd longest streak in a single season from a primary starting pitcher since 1901. The only 2 longer streaks, Carl Hubble and Roger Clemens. I came up in an era when wins and losses by starting pitchers and then ERA were the 2 things that measured your success, and Pete Vukovich winning a Cy Young and everything else. But this is, talk about giving your team a chance to win every time you go out there. How do you view this stretch from him and what this team did during that stretch?
I had him on my program yesterday morning on Brewers Warm Up. It's available over on WTMJ.com in my notebook. But the point being for Priester is he's such a good fit for the Brewers, and it reminds me so much of Colin Ray's breakout in 2023 when everybody was truly like, what? You want him to throw 150 innings for you? Why? And you match a guy who pitches to contact and has some ingredients that can make, in the words of Pat Murphy, a really good soup. What ingredients you want to throw in this year, and how can you change up that soup? And what Quinn Priester does so well is the ball is in play, but the ball isn't hit hard in play. He gets a lot of ground balls. He's a learned command of his fastball that has some onside movement, meaning it's moving in on a righty and away from a lefty, but not being afraid to throw it into lefties. What we call front hipping a sinker to a lefty is a really important skill to have in baseball because in the Pirates organization, they didn't teach him how to do that. And he was always throwing fastballs away to lefties, and then boom, it's getting torched. Lefties would destroy him. Now all of a sudden, he's really taking command against lefties, complementing that with a good cutter, things like that. Little things that, he is not striking out 200 guys, but he's got 7 defenders behind him that are all way above average defensive players. The Brewers built this team to be successful around Quinn Priester and guys like that, the island of misfit toys, if you will. Other teams are like, how the heck did you figure this out with Quinn Priester? It's like, put a good defense with him, and good things are going to happen.
Throw more ground balls. They're more democratic. All right, Dom, we look forward to your next visit with us. We appreciate your insights on this team because there's nobody better at that than you, and certainly we need the insight because our level of expertise is definitely not on this team. So thanks for your time. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you again soon.
Plenty of room on the bandwagon, boys. Thanks.
That is Dom Cotroneo. You can hear him on 620 WTMJ. You just mentioned his podcast, which you can also hear. You can find that on WTMJ's website, and he is presented to us during this Brewers postseason push by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Whoa, Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit condonjeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Wisconsin icon.
It's all about the Badgers.
The dawn of the Wisconsin Badgers.
We did it better than everybody for 20-some years.
Joined by two of his football legends.
I like all of them, except for quarterbacks.
I like defensive ends.
Hey,
I really like defensive ends.
Someone didn't like kickers at one point.
The Barry Alvarez Show with Barry Alvarez, Tarek Sala, Derek Engler, and Jesse Nelson. Live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton every Monday night. Right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Listen to that endless pour. Pure refreshment. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. Oh yeah, so good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Tuesday, we'll react to a Monday night doubleheader. Will C.J. Stroud and the Texans get on track, or will Baker Mayfield keep the Bucs cooking? It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Slow down on Monday, not a sound. On Wednesday, might get loud. On Friday, but on Saturday, we paint the town.
Thanks to Dom Cotroneo for joining us and sharing his Brewers insights. Time now for an abbreviated Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde and Tausch.
Jason, I saw you tweeted yesterday you were not a fan of how Fox used AI on their broadcast to share the career trajectory for Aaron Rodgers from the time he was drafted until his start yesterday for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why didn't you like it? I thought it was kind of cool.
I thought it was creepy. I'm not pro AI. I know I need to get on board and be prepared for it, but I'm worried about Skynet taking over the world, and then we're going to need Arnold Schwarzenegger to save us from the AI. So, there's video/photos of that that actually exist, right? We've all seen them all. I'm not sure that we need to do the AI creepy melding version of it. That's just my opinion. If people enjoyed it, great.
Tausch, did you see this or didn't? Or
I
just
didn't.
Off? Okay.
No, I missed it.
That's probably a good
Whoa,
thing.
Nelly!
Big AI
I
guy.
I missed the Steelers Jets game last week too.
How's the public transit in Alabama though?
Now we're doing Alabama geography tomorrow.
Public transit in Alabama.
Whoa Nelly!
You just a few minutes ago
the
you
metro size of Birmingham.
metro size of Birmingham. That's what he wanted to talk about.
Okay.
It's
Thanks
bigger
for
than the
clarifying.
metro area of Madison. I just found that interesting. That's all.
Dean
By a
Blandino,
substantial amount.
your guy Dean Blandino was brought in as the Fox rule analyst during the end of the Chiefs-Eagles game to try and break down where the ball should be spotted after a tush push. Sure. And Blandino said, I'm done with the tush push. Before then trying to share where he thinks the ball might be, but you really have no idea.
Him and Matt Flynn are on the same page.
Tausch, are you team tush push dunzo after seeing the rugby match that was
Jesse.
kind of a football game yesterday?
I said all last offseason it was dumb and it needed to go away. I couldn't have been clearer. The fact that they, in an NFC championship game, were going to award points without actually having to score was absurd. And then everybody tried to blasphemize Mark Murphy and the Green Bay Packers for banning a play that you can't officiate, you can't see anything, and it's boring and dumb to watch. The Philadelphia Eagles ran the tush push 11.3% of their plays in the game yesterday. 11.3% of their
More than
snaps
1 in 10.
were tush pushes. Yeah, that's entertaining. A league that keeps telling us they want to entertain us and they want to do this and this, and player safety, like I know they're trying to say it's a safe play. I'm telling you, ask the guards and the nose tackles and guys. Oh boy, yesterday they're bickering about the Eagles guards jumping off sides, and they did, and you can't call it or you didn't. One of the Chiefs guys tried to punch the football early. I don't know how the fumbled snap didn't happen. Like, it's a complete blank. And everybody knows it, and it's a joke, and it's not an entertaining play, and it's dumb, and they keep going with it because this is the last year it's going to happen. And if something bad is going to happen, and it's going to be shame on y'all for not getting rid of it when we all knew it should have been rid of last year. And I appreciate our friend Dean coming on air basically saying, who gives a blank? I'm done with it. Now, probably not great for your job because that is what they bring you out there to do. But he doesn't know because he doesn't know. Because you can't tell. So it's just dumb. But does anybody but a Philadelphia Eagle fan think that's entertaining? Because it ain't.
It's not entertaining.
Hand the ball off a run an old quarterback sneak. Like, just run an old quarterback sneak. This is dumb.
What I don't like about it, and here's the question that I would have for Dino next time he joins us, and maybe someday he'll be available when Riley finds that right girl to officiate his wedding for him, given that he's also got that ability. My question is, it appears to me that it is an illegal formation now when they're running this. Like, the way the center is lined up, like he is over the ball. I don't understand why this is even... I don't understand why it's legal the way it's being run now. It's almost as if they have said, kind of like a kid testing their parents. They haven't stopped us from doing this, so now we're going to do this on top of it, right? Like, push the envelope even further. I don't see how this is even a legal play now with the way their alignment is. So, again, it seems like everybody is in the Packers' corner, and they were the ones that, at Roger Goodell's behest, brought this forth. I don't understand how it lost. Do the Eagles have that powerful of a lobby? Like, how did Jeffrey Lurie get enough teams to vote against banning, so they could keep it? I don't understand it. Don't get it.
I legit think they brought Jason Kelsey in, and he swayed a few votes, and because it was right up against it. You had to get 24 of the 32.
Correct.
And I think they ended up with 22.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand from the league standpoint. They always want entertainment, and you want to be able to officiate things, and you can do neither in this case. It's just, it's dumbfounding, and the fact that you can take it to the bank. This play's gone after the season.
Yeah,
gone.
What I don't understand too is that they moved the extra point because the extra point was too automatic. They didn't want plays that were automatic. They've messed around with the kickoff because it felt like a touchback was always automatic. But this they've left in place. So it's inconsistent. That is our abbreviated Whoa Nelly. Tausch needs to tell us even whether he's mixing it with Robinade, Gatorade, Tauschade, his love of Tito's.
Great weekend if you're out at the apple orchard, if you're watching football, if you were grilling out, whatever it was. make sure it's a Tito's in your cup. You can have the Bloody Mary. You can be out golfing and have the transfusion. Whatever it is, make sure it is Tito's in your glass. And you know what else? Besides its great taste, what makes it great? They give back in the community and partnering with nonprofits all across our country, and especially for our four-legged friends. So the next time you're raising a glass, make it with Tito's handmade vodka, crafted to be savored responsibly.
We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, it's football season, and for teams at every level across the state, but especially our favorite team up in Green Bay, it will be as important as ever to rely on players and schemes that are consistently dependable and successful. Consistently dependable and successful. Hey, that's also how I describe the service team over at Zimbrick Chevrolet. From routine maintenance to emergency issues, the service team at Zimbrick Chevy gets the job done right and works with you every step of the way. You can take my word for it. Zimbrick Chevrolet is truly the name you can trust. View their inventory, schedule a service appointment, and learn more about all they have to offer at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. That's ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Washed away by the Tide. Alabama too much for Wisconsin in the 38-14 Week 3 loss. How will Luke Fickell and company respond now with Big Ten play on the horizon? Fickell's postgame words, audio courtesy Badger Athletics.
These are the real adversities. These are the real challenges to see, do they really have the commitment level? No, nobody likes to not only lose, but, lose the way we did. And we know that the season really begins now. We got to be able to move forward. We got to be able to get ourselves out of here. We got to be able to get as healthy as we can, and we got to get into league play, and we got to get better.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. PellaWI.com.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
It's the best time of the year, and you know what that means for me. It's tailgating season. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. For my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. If you're in Madison tailgating before a game, there's only one thing to do to elevate your experience, and that's bring it with Door County Distillery. Whether that's the cherry brandy for your old-fashioned, the single malt whiskey, or any of the gins, vodkas, and in-betweens, Door County Distillery has you covered. Find the retailer nearest you at DoorCountyDistillery.com.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family-owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
Pizza lovers, when the craving hits, hit back with Pizza Hut's $5 crafted flats pizzas. Mark Tauscher here, and new at Pizza Hut. 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizza recipes. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate, and for a limited time, chicken bacon ranch, and Nashville hot chicken. All just $5 each all day. Perfect for lunch, dinner, or game day. Order your $5 handcrafted flats at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch, and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Quick update from practice, and then Matt LaFleur talking around 12:40, so I'm headed over to Lambeau after our show ends. Four players not practicing that are still on the active 53-man roster. Jaden Reed, who it's only a matter of when, not if, he'll land on injured reserve. Bo Melton, Zach Tom, and Aaron Banks not practicing. According to Bill Huber, both Zach Tom and Bo Melton were rehabbing with their helmets, which is a new indicator that they are getting closer to returning, as we are starting to find with their workout schedule. So that is the update from Lambeau. I will be headed over there. Tausch, anything you got for Matt LaFleur before we go?
No. This team could not be positioned better through 2 weeks. No, I don't. What do you want me to start writing questions now?
Ask him about the tush push.
It's a good idea.
Oh, the tush push, yeah.
See how that goes over.
Ask about that tush push.
That's it for us today. Rich Eisen is next. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free